Hey cuties, what's up? We're back with some more reactions after dark, and we are of course going to be watching actress enters dating show as the new Bombshell instantly becomes the internet's most hated, obviously by Stephanie Sue. Now I don't know if this is Chinaverse or not, but I guess we'll watch it and see. I mean, you should already know by now because I would have added the word Chinaverse to the thumbnail. Now, don't skip this intro because we are going to have the QT right now, but this is actually going to be me talking about drama that is actually tangentially related, like Korean drama, question mark. And I feel like it's been a while. Like, when was the last time we did a Stephanie video that was like Korean related? No, we did a lot of it, like back in the day, but I don't know if she's done anything recently that's specifically Korean related. Yeah, this whole early part is going to be Korean drama that you've probably never heard of. You were never going to hear of unless I directly tell it to you. Well, maybe you would. Question mark, because I think it's actually getting some traction, and it involves like VTubers, question mark, which is why maybe you have heard of this, but it has to do with something. Has to do with a game that I play regularly and have been playing regularly for years. So let's just going to get straight into it again. Don't skip this part if you want to hear some drama. I'm basically just doing Stephanie's job right now. So we're going to start with this. So this is about the game Eternal Return. Now, if you actually watch anything other than these reaction videos, you'd know that I do stream this from time to time. I have like almost 100 streams, and by 100 I mean I have 99 streams of Eternal Return, the game, on my channel, as well as like it being a part of the MOBA Mondays series and the ending on a win slash win or lose, daily win or lose. That was a series I had back in the day as well. But it's a game I like, and I was hoping that one day it would get more popular in the West over here, EN, because it's popular over in Asia, right? I think it does okay in Asia, but it has not had that big of a English following for years, right? Like when it probably 1.0, I don't know if it was popular before 1.0. I was playing in beta, so I've been playing since beta, but I don't know like when the most popular moment was for Eternal Return as far as the English servers go. Anyways, unimportant. I was hoping that one day they would do something to get the game to be really popular over here, so there would be a bigger player base, and thus it would be easier to get matches, because sometimes if you're unlucky you could be sitting in queue forever. Also, this is a Korean made game, by the way. This is why this is related to Korea. But yeah, sometimes in my streams, I'm pretty sure I've said this a few times in streams, that I was hoping and wishing that someone big again would get addicted to this game and then be playing it like it would be the only thing they played, and it would get the game popular because a bunch of other people would be playing it in English and on the NA servers, is what I should be saying. Something like that, anything like that. Well, it turns out that Nimble Neurons is who's made Eternal Return. They were going to have a famous VTuber. I don't know if this is like the most famous. Well, for the sake of the argument, a famous VTuber from the most famous VTuber company was going to voice a character that's coming out soon in the game. By the way, this is an anime style game. Yeah, she was going to be the voice for this new character on the English side, and this was going to be the character. Bi-hyung, I think. Bi-young, maybe Bi-young was going to be her name. She's not in the game yet. I don't think she's in the game yet. She was going to be voiced by Crony, which again is a famous VTuber, part of the most famous VTuber company out there. It's a Hololive, right? I think that's where she's from. She's going to voice this character. Now, for whatever reason, allegedly, some Korean people over there on the Korean side just did some massive digging to try to find, I don't know, I guess any sort of dirt on Crony. I don't know where this came from. Like, I don't know why they did this. Question mark. I know we've talked about in the past that Korea might have like a deep-seated like misogyny problem, but I don't know if that's what this is, because it's just like, why her? Like, why do this against her, right? But they just deep dived on Crony to try to find anything, and they found a pun that she made while playing Eternal Return like 5 years ago. I thought it was 4, then 3, but apparently it was like 5 years ago. A pun she made in Eternal Return, playing it, I guess probably in a sponsored stream 5 years ago. And it is the most stupidest thing ever. Usually when these things happen, right? When someone tries to dig up old dirt on something someone said like 10 years ago, it's usually going to be like some sort of slur or whatever, maybe some sort of controversial thing, what have you. Even then, for me, I'm like, okay, whatever, that was like 10 years ago. Can we not believe in reform or whatever you might have to say about that? Whatever, like, people change, right? But it's not even that. It's not even something stupid like that. It was a dad joke. A dad joke. I'm going to show you the clip. It was a dad joke she made 5 years ago while playing the game in what I assume to be a sponsored stream. So we're going to check that out right now. I have it pulled up. So this is her playing Eternal Return. Again, you see like nearly 5 years ago. This is from Sashimi Clips, because it's actually really hard to find this. I can't find the clip. I had to actually go to another person's video and check out the clip. So you can't see, but Crony's right here, right? Then we have the Australian rat next to her.
Kill this boar. He's such a bore.
I'm gonna go.
A boring.
And that's it. That's what she was saying. That's the pun. She was killing a boar, and then she made a boar and a boar ring joke while killing it. And that's what they tried to cancel her for. That's it. They tried to cancel her for saying boring, a English pun, while playing the game, saying it's unprofessional and then no respect, whatever they were saying, right? And do you know what happened? Nimble Neuron was like, hey, we don't have too much, we don't do too much on the English side. We have a team that just picks people for that stuff, and we hear that your complaint, and we are going to be replacing Crony with a new VA for that character, of course, for this character in the game. So when this character gets added, they're not going to have an English voice until they can get someone to recast for it. So literally, they fired... Oh, I didn't mean to click both of them. They fired her for saying boring 5 years ago while playing the game. That's it. Again, this gets to the point where it's like, we're just upset about nothing. Like, literally nothing at this point. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't believe that, I don't know, because we're going to see just like a few. It's not like a majority. We're going to say a vocal minority went out of the way to try to find anything they can find that's a problem with her. Question mark. On the Korean side, because apparently this is like Korean instigators that are doing this. Again, this is a Korean-made game. These Korean instigators showed up and like, hey, she said boring in a video 5 years ago. And then that caused the company to be like, okay, we're going to recast her. Our bad for, we don't vet them. Over here we have the English side vet them, so it's not our fault, it's their fault. We'll deal with it, we'll get rid of her, blah 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 blah, right? And since then they have like gotten like pretty screwed over by this, right? Since the Steam reviews for Eternal Turn have tanked dramatically. The last time I checked, it was like mostly negative. It was like 30% out of 100, which is bad if you don't know how the ratings work. It's clearly going to be seen as review bombing, so it's not being applied to the overall rating of the game. But still, like, they're being review bombed. Their videos on YouTube are having boring, like, on their comment section. Like, they're just being bombarded with people upset that they would do something so stupid as drop somebody over saying boring with wordplay like 5 years ago. Not even necessarily talking about the game. They were just trying to be funny. Question mark, and then they got fired for it. So the really dumb move. I mean, obviously I'm still playing it. I was playing it yesterday, but this was supposed to be the moment that everything turned around. Big streamer shows up, going to be a voice in the game, going to get a lot of people coming. Like, this was the moment, the underdog moment. We're coming back, right? Question mark. Been waiting for this. Like, Eternal Return was my chosen one. I said this to my friend, like, this was my Star Wars Episode 3, you were the chosen one moment, you know, for Eternal Return. They just screwed up so badly. So I don't know how this is going to kill the game on the English side, just because we're talking probably what millions and millions and millions of fans are now targeted at Nimble Neuron / Eternal Return to throw as much hate at them as possible because of what they did. This is like dumb move that they did. I don't know if you rounded up every single person who works at HoloLive and combined their subscribers together, if it would equal out to like 1 billion people. Like, would it? If so, you have like 1 billion people ready to destroy you. Because we can argue that, right, that some VTuber fans are parasocial and thus are stans, if not worse is not a word, if not worse than stans, question mark. So they could burn them down to the ground, I would assume, with whatever they're going to try to do with this. Maybe it's going to fizzle out in a few days. I don't know. I'd have to see that. I haven't been paying too much attention to this beyond understanding that, you know, they hired her to do the voice. They already had everything done. Some Korean people found the boring clip. They tattled, even though the tattle is like stupid because there's nothing to tattle on, but they tattled, got her fired, and now this is where we're at, where they are just being crudted on for their dumb decision. Yep, I think that's just going to be it of me talking about that for now. Because again, that was going to be some Korean drama that I know y'all were never going to end up hearing unless I brought it up myself. So you're welcome for the Korean tea this time. But who knows, maybe this video is also going to be about Korea. I don't know, right? Because we haven't watched it. Again, I don't know if it's going to be Chinaverse or not. Of course, no radical break today, because it's just not something I'm doing anytime soon. Yep, I think we can just get to it. Maybe I'll take a second to think about if there's anything else I want to say about that. Yeah, no, there's not much else I wanted to say about that, other than just the fact that, you know, I wanted this game to succeed. I wanted it to be part of like the big three, if not take over one of the spots of the big three being what? League of Legends, Dota, and then like Smite, in my opinion, even though Smite's fallen off a cliff as well. So it could have taken Smite's spot to be part of the top there with League and Dota. But I feel like this could be like one of the nails in the coffin for the game because of this dumb choice that they had made. Though I am still going to be playing it, I'm still going to be trying to be the champion that brings this game to the heights of popularity. Now, I'm always joking about that, but like a lot of the titles I write for the stream sometimes is like trying to keep the game alive or whatever by myself. Yesterday's title, what was it? Here to keep the game alive because Nimble Neuron refuses to, something like that, right? So I have to take in the reins because Nimble Neuron is just literally trying to shoot themselves in the foot. In this case, I feel like they didn't just shoot themselves in the foot, they shot their whole leg off, question mark. So, oof. Anyways, again, you're welcome for your Korean drama tea that you were never going to hear of without me. You're welcome. And now we can get into the main thing that everyone cares about, and probably no one even cared about that, but too bad. Also, is this too loud? Because I never realized that it might actually be too loud.
All right, everybody. Agua.
I am on an obligatory family vacation right now, and it was like...
Yeah, when I had hovered over the video, I noticed, like, I don't know where they are. Is this like a hotel or someone else's house or what? Like, what hotel has like a ladder and stuff like that, like an overhang like that?
a very long road, which by the way, we got a rat amongst our ranks. That's why this is a new setting. We're jammed into this bunk room. I don't want to talk about it. I'm an adult. I am an adult. I don't know what's going on right now. But let me explain what's been happening. We were on this very lengthy road trip. It felt like a 27-hour road trip, although I think it was closer to like 4 hours. And I decided that I was going to watch this show that Tiffany has been trying to put me on for multiple ages. It's been decades. She said, if you like the divorce reality show, you guys remember Mai? You guys remember Mai. Nobody has forgotten Mai. From the See You Again divorce reality show of celebrity couples, they go in right before they want to get a divorce. Who would think that's a fucking terrible idea? Nobody. Then they live life with other wannabe divorced couples, and then some of them get divorced, some of them don't. Mai was somebody that I thought you couldn't top. You can't be crazy.
Are we just going to keep topping Mai? Because didn't we already top her with some other person in a different series? Question mark. If not just the other guy who was in the show with her. But there's someone even worse than him, and then even worse than whoever the other person I'm thinking of, and then this is who we're at now?
Than Mai. There's just no other.
Oh yeah, I haven't mentioned this because I'm pretty sure no one here who watches these videos has watched any of my other stuff recently, so they wouldn't know. But yes, I do have reverb. My voice now that you're not losing your mind, there is a little bit of reverb being added after the fact, so you're not crazy.
No other way. I mean, that's
it is on purpose.
Until last year, and this was like right before the holidays. China decided, I'm about to ruin your entire holiday season. I'm about to ruin your life. I'm about to take it all the way into 2026. And can I tell you something? I have no idea how many parts this is going to be, dear, because this is 32 episodes long.
I didn't realize. Almost 30 hours, by the way. You can't see that, but this is almost 30 hours. I didn't expect this to be going in like a multi-parter. I thought it was just going to be a one and done, but I mean, that's fine by me. Granted, she did have another video before this I haven't watched, but I wanted to do this before I did that one.
That's crazy. Like, all the Chinese shows are 30 episodes plus.
Yeah, and this one I was expecting 32 episodes where I'm like skimming through most of it because these days I've decided to really partake in self-care. So that means when a show is boring, I just skip through it. There's like no show. Well, there's one show, I don't skip anything. But other than that show, everything else, if it gets boring, I skip. Even in books these days, if a chapter isn't hitting, I skim it. So I thought it was gonna be like that. No, all 32 episodes are fucking insane. Every second to second, I go back and replay it because I'm like, wait, hold on, I don't understand what's going on. So let me explain the premise of this show. You've got a bunch of people, you've got guys and girls, and they're all gonna date. They're all heterosexual couples, or they're all straight. I think, but I don't know. But it's called Secret in Love. So every single one of them comes in with a secret that they're holding. And they tell the producers the secret, and then throughout the show, they unveil people's secrets. And then sometimes if you start dating someone, you can ask to see their secret.
Okay, but does the audience know the secrets, or is that something that only the directors know, and it's just something that you have to find out with the participants of the show? Like, which would be better? Like, what do you think is better? Like, having the dramatic irony of knowing what everyone's secret is, or being able to find out what their secrets are with the contestants themselves? Like, I guess that would be like you're a part of the journey to find the secrets with the people playing the game.
And watch their secret and them confess to their secret.
But like, what kind of secret? Like,
okay, so I'm just gonna be so real with you. I don't know why they added that very unnecessary plot device. Like, the secrets don't fucking matter at all. Like, truly, the secrets are lukewarm secrets. I mean,
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
I feel compassion, I feel sympathy, but it's not like, hey, so when I was younger, I ran over my dad with a lawnmower, but he was drunk and he didn't know, so I blamed it on my sister. And then my sister went to juvenile detention for like 5 years, and then I never told anybody, and everybody thinks she's psychotic and that she's a murderous, venomous villain, and I let everybody think that. And then now she's actually in real prison because, you know how life be. Like, it's not one of those secrets. The secrets are more so, okay, I'm just gonna give you an idea of one of the guy's secrets. He's like, my parents aren't loving. And
It's like, okay.
What?
Okay, just like I feel sympathy, but like
Same.
yeah, same, and everybody else who's watching. And also, I was expecting something very juicy. Like, you're telling me you had a secret. Anyway, it's called Secret in Love. A 10-day journey. The participants are living in this massive villa together, and they're dating, they're going on dates, they're doing all these random challenges. And of course, because it's a reality show, it's going to be uneven numbers of guys and girls. And it's sort of designed this way to make it super competitive. Now, once these episodes started airing, clips started flooding Chinese social media. Tiffany hasn't even really seen like the full series. I think I've seen more of the full series than she has, but she's like, I have seen enough to know who I don't f with, okay? Oh, and another thing that I need to preface is in Chinese reality shows, when they air, it's almost like a live stream. Like, you know when you watch a
She's just at Chinese, so this is Chinaverse.
live stream on YouTube and Twitch, you can see people commenting in real time as a moment is taking place. You can see that in Chinese reality shows. So the top comments will actually come onto your TV screen as it's being premiered for the first time. And this is really important because every single thing, the netizens have some shit to say. They have some shit to say.
Do you feel like that's better?
Oh yeah.
Is any of that stuff curated? I would assume it'd have to be, because if it's live on television, someone has to be giving the okay for the comments to go through onto the screen, right? Or maybe like AI is doing it, you know, because AI is going to take everyone's job, right? So it most likely just like an AI scanning for swears or whatnot, and then if there's nothing crazy, it lets it go through. Because no way you can just let some crazy heinous thing scroll across the screen live on television.
Yeah.
Like the comments basically covers the show.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I see something really crazy on a reality show, I
You
think
wanna talk about it.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like looking up what people are saying, and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not the only one, you know? The comments are so good. So to understand the
Not necessarily a memory unlocked, but no one's gonna know this because no one had one. Like, what? There was like, at the end of its lifespan, it was like 13 million owners. The Wii U, right, which is a Nintendo console, it bombed when it came out. It was before the Switch, of course, the console that came out before the Switch, which Switch is like one of the most successful video gaming consoles of all time. I would assume it's number 2 because Sony kind of keeps cheating, question mark. Because apparently the PS2 is still beating the Switch. You know, the old PS2 still has more systems sold from like a million years ago than now, because apparently at one point Sony was like, oh hey, actually we just found out that we had sold an extra blank, you know, whatever flat amount millions of consoles, and that was when the Switch was about to get, I'm assuming, was about to beat the PS2. They're like, hey, wait, actually we found out that we sold this many more, so that has kept the PS2 at number 1, which you can kind of argue, okay, Sony, it seems like you're just making numbers up to try to stay number 1 just so you can keep that title, because you can't just pull out an X amount of millions out of nowhere as soon as your competitor was about to beat you for a system that is 20 years old, question mark. You know, you can't, no one has bought that thing in 20 years, so you can't just be like, oh, actually we sold an extra X amount of this. Like, Sony, come on. Anyways, the Wii U, again, a colossal failure, but it had this like TV app on it, and it actually gave you the, you know, like the TV guide, scheduling for things, and people could actually like comment in real time on the TV guide about what they were watching. And I remember like watching like an episode of an anime on Cartoon Network, like when this was happening, and actually seeing people's comments on the app on the Wii U, because you know, the Wii U also had like a TV remote function built into the gamepad. So, you know, it had like a TV guide app. The gamepad acted like a television remote. That was really cool, right? I mean, we got to bring stuff like that back, but there's like no point to it, right? I just think it's cool. So it's kind of like this, but just in a different way, right? Where you could literally see people's comments live on a TV guide for television.
This whole drama of why there are 2 people on this show that everybody has been canceling. They say that these are the villains of the past year. Nobody likes them. In order to understand their drama, you need to understand all the people on the show and all the ones who get dragged into all of this. So first, I gotta run you through the girls on this show. You got Bao Bao.
How many people total?
There are like 6 girls, 5 guys. So you got Bao Bao. Bao Bao introduces herself on the show as Nini, but everybody calls her Bao Bao, okay? She looks like She looks like Kim So-hee. Yeah, she's so beautiful. She's stunning. I mean, not only is she one of the most beautiful girls that netizens have seen just even on the show, but online, she's also incredibly smart. And ultimately, she is going to be the #1 victim of the show. She is going to get victimized by pretty much the most diabolical individuals that have ever stepped foot on Chinese reality.
Damn.
She got like a 667 out of 750 on the Gaokao in the science, the college exam. So she's really smart. I will say the thing
That doesn't mean anything to me because I don't know what any of that means, obviously.
about her is she seems really emotional, and I mean that with love. Like, she seems very attuned with other people's emotions. She's not emotionally dense in the sense of like she can pick up small feelings. Like she can pick up when someone is acting a little bit colder to her than the day before, and then it really fucks with her, and she gets really emotional about it, and she doesn't know what to do, and then she feels like if she talks to them about it, she's putting pressure on them. Like, she's very in tune with emotions, but also kind of sad girl, and I love her. Okay, I love her. And then next you have Chen. People call her Chen 71 because her name sounds like 71.
Chen? Is that how you say it? Instead of Chan? It's Chen?
Some people just call her 71.
Okay, let's call her 71.
Okay, so 71. She's one of the contestants who also later gets pulled into the drama. But I would say that public opinion on her is divided. And in the beginning episodes, people love her. She gives off strong cool girl vibes. Just cool girl. And then next you have PR Lily. PR Lily is a PR executive, and she just be acting like PR Lily. Like, she's the girl that I want to be. She's like the opposite of me.
Wait, how so?
She's just so classy and poised. I mean, she just always has great posture. She never laughs too loud. She just seems like she knows how to do everything and smells like flowers, and also is so sweet to everybody, but not overly sweet, where she's like, I love.
Is laughing too loud like a bad thing? Question mark. I guess it could be seen as obnoxious, but that's coming from someone who doesn't laugh. Question mark. Everyone knows here that I don't laugh. Has anyone here ever heard me laugh? No, because it doesn't happen. So, does that mean I'm, poised, prim and proper? Question mark.
Love you, I love you, I love everybody. She's just very kind and polite and elegant and graceful. PR Lily, I
Am I graceful because I don't laugh? Question mark.
love PR Lily, okay? Everybody loves her. Then you got influencer Jay. She is an influencer. She mainly does vlogs. I think she has like 250,000 followers on Douyin. She's an influencer, and she's really pretty, and she does not influencer vibes. She's actually very thoughtful, very intelligent. I know, shocking. Some of them, not me, can have brains, right? She's also not really involved in a lot of drama. She has a very sharp look to her, but she acts nothing like how she looks. I think.
So we're saying all the guys, the bad guys, though. This is about an actress. So is the actress evil, or is it just the internet is just mad at her for no reason? Question mark. Because every girl who's come out, she said, "Oh, they're so smart, they're so pretty, they're so blah 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 blah." But literally every single girl. So, is it just gonna be the guys, or is it just this last girl?
I think people were a little bit nervous when she first came on the stream because you see influencer, you see the way she looks kind of cat-like, and people were expecting her to be really catty and nasty because she's an influencer, but no, she's super poised, super put together, a girl's girl. Then you have Ma Xuan. We're gonna call her Broadcaster Ma because she's a broadcaster, a news anchor for Hunan TV.
Oh
yeah, she even hosted the Chinese New Year Gala before, which is like a big deal. Big deal.
No,
Sorry.
huge deal.
I'm sorry.
Huge.
It's basically like being handpicked by Xi Jinping himself to be like the #1 broadcaster of the year. Like, it's a huge deal. She also graduated with a broadcasting major. She ends up leaving halfway through the show, and it becomes a really sad thing. Then you have Zizi. You're gonna want to fucking punch Zizi in the face. This is the perpetrator of the
Okay, so this is public enemy #1.
show. Unlike the other girls, she doesn't show up day one. She is the new bombshell that enters the villa midway through, and then she just obliterates every single feeling of empathy that you felt like you had. You think you're an empathetic person, and then you watch the way she acts and you go, no, I think off with her head. Like, I think this is crazy. She's an actress. She graduated from the Beijing Film Academy, and she did star in like a really big show. Yeah. But anyway, everybody hates her. And then as for the guys, we've got Finance Bro Zhao. Finance Bro Zhao is a financial service account manager. He studied at USC, so he speaks English. Maybe he'll see this. I don't know. Don't send it to him if you know him. I hate when they see this. I hate it so much, okay? And then he's very smart, and he just kind of gives, he said he's a part-time vibe maker.
Part-time vibe maker?
And that just like tells you everything you need to know about him. Because me personally, I think he's really fun. I think he's chill. I think he's fun. So far, I haven't finished the entire series, okay? So I might change my mind. But so far, he's chill. He's an ENTJ. He makes everybody feel comfortable. He's yapping all the time. I think he would be a great friend. But me personally, I would never date someone who calls himself a part-time vibe maker. In fact, I exclusively like you, who is a vibe killer. Full-time vibe killer. Walks into the room, everyone goes, okay, why'd he come here? We have a thing in the family, we call him the nurse, okay? Because he comes into the room and he's all,
did you take your vitamins?
That's all he'd be asking when he walks into the room, okay? So he's a part-time vibe maker. Then there's Tianji. Yeah, but we call him Jiko. Everybody calls him Jiko. He's a university student. He gives me Dan Dan vibes.
I don't know.
What?
But not as strong. Like he's the type where they'll have these nights where they go on these fancy dinners and everybody's wearing like really well-fitted tuxedos, and then he comes in with that oversized suit fit, you know, where the shirt's not tucked in and the tie is like half done.
With a pair of shorts?
No. And then like really mixed match trousers, and then his hair is like permed and frizzy. Yeah. No, but I kind of like him. He's super unproblematic. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's actually really, he seems upstanding in his morals. He's just not really a big person in the show. Then you have the professor. Oof. The professor has long hair down to his neck. He has a PhD in the arts, decor, sculpture, public art, drawing. He likes all of that shit, and you can kind of tell. Some people refer to him as grandpa, some people call him the professor, some people call him the unluckiest guy alive. But you know,
why is that?
We'll get there. And he's got long hair, and he just he seems really patient. And then you have Barry. Barry is
Okay, so name's Barry. Is this guy gonna be bad? I don't know why I have a bad feeling about this guy. Maybe he's fine.
He's currently studying in the United States. He's a fan of cooking. I just call him Chef Barry because most of the time he just be cooking on the show, and I'm like, are you getting paid for this? Because I hope you are at this point.
Okay, so he's probably just doing nothing but cooking and not actually a big part of the show then.
Okay, and then you have another guy named Zhao. No, I forget his first name. His name is Tian Hao, okay? But we're gonna call him Tian. And Tian is going to be ZZ's partner. He is the other perpetrator. He's the co-conspirator. He's the co-defendant of this show.
Okay.
Oh, there's
As a couple?
Well, you'll see. Who said they're a couple? You'll see. You'll see. You're also gonna freaking hate it.
You just said that.
Oh, oops. Damn it. So at the start of the show, though, there are 4 guys and 5 girls because ZZ and Chef Barry doesn't come in until later. So you got Bao Bao the victim, you've got Chen71, you got PR Lily, Influencer Jay, you got Broadcaster Ma, and then for the guys, you got Tian the perpetrator, Finance Bro Zhao, you got Jiko, the professor. And in the first few
I wonder why they have it split 5-4 instead of 5-5.
episodes, they just kind of go on dates and learn how to break the ice and stuff. That's pretty much it. When everyone is first introduced onto the show, they have this grass field with these tables set up, and there's 2 seats at each table. So they come in one by one. Bao Bao comes in first. She's so pretty. And one girl and one guy is supposed to sit together at each table in these initial seating arrangements. Now, it's very important. I run you through the people. The initial seating pairings are not important. Like one by one, they just kind of sit in a row. So it's random. They bring in a girl, Bao Bao, then they bring in Professor, or they bring in Finance Bro, and then they just all kind of sit together. So it's super random. The last 2 to walk in are Tian, the perpetrator, the dude, and then Influencer Jay. So
It's kind of just like speed dating setup, question mark?
he's sitting with him. And this whole segment, they're just, I mean, nothing's really happening. Everybody's being very shy because it's their first time meeting. The only thing that the producers do is they have this tiny little red telephone booth that I feel like shows up in way too many Chinese reality dramas. And I'm like, I feel like this is a hallmark. Is this a trend? Is this what is happening right now? But each couple, each pairing of the tables have to go in. There's barely enough space for the both of them. And they have 2.
Yeah, it's pretty uncomfortable. But didn't this happen in what show? What other show that she talked about this happened? And was it the one with Mai, or was it a different? No, it wasn't the one with Mai. It was the one with. I can't remember. Everyone knows what I'm talking about, though, right? There was another reality show where they had to get into a booth. And it has a bunch of crazy guys on it. I don't know if it's one where the guy was doing... They had like some sort of military thing they had to do, and the one guy was acting like really weird, question mark, or goofy. Like, I barely, like, vaguely remember that one, question mark. I don't know if it was that one or not.
2 minutes to talk to each other. And there's a camera inside of the photo booth that is being projected to everybody else at the other tables. It's really weird. Now, side note, here's my problem with this. I really don't like reality shows that do stuff like this. And this is like a true venomous hatred that I have for something. Because just think about it. You have been nervous the whole time. You probably haven't been drinking a lot of water. You probably haven't been eating because a lot of the clothes that you're wearing is really tight. And when you don't eat,
Are you saying they're going to be sweating and smelly?
and drink a lot of water for hours at a time while you wait for your time slot. Think about the breath. These producers are killing any chemistry that could have been formed inside of this telephone booth because the minute I smell stank breath, I'm done. I can never see you as hot again, okay? He knows this, okay? Every morning we wake up, nobody speaks. We text each other in bed if we want to talk. Or I go like this. And he knows that means, how did you sleep last night?
Yeah, I guess I'm the same now. So, like, how do people make up in the morning?
I don't know.
How do people do it?
I don't know. And then there's like times where, see, this is, I'm so sorry, sidetracking here, but like this is why they say girls do things in relationships that guys can never get away with, because sometimes he'll like yawn in the morning and I'll go like this to fan away the breath. he cannot get offended. If he gets offended, he's the one that ruined the day. So I have to go like this. So that would have just ruined my life. But they go in there and nothing exceptional happens. But in the beginning, there was another guy. There was an even number of people. His name is Wei. He gets voted out within like the first few minutes of the show. So
I mean, it's kind of unfortunate, but you can just look at him and see that he's not conventionally attractive, question mark. No offense to him. Also, I've used this term before, right? He did kind of have a pineapple thing going on. I know I had made that joke a long time ago. Was it about... Oh my god, how can I have forgotten this guy's name? He's like the man. He's the Chinese man. Wong Wong Tong's brother, right? Was it Wong Tong's brother who looks like a pineapple? I called him Pineapple or something? Question mark. You can't tell me he didn't. Oh, hit the mic there. He doesn't have a pineapple thing going on. I mean, look at it. His hair is cut really high up and it's spiky.
There was an even number of people. His name is Wei. He gets voted out within like the first few minutes of the show. So everyone had to sit down and rate each other from 1 through 100 based on first impressions.
So we have 5 girls, 3 guys then? From him getting eliminated? Question mark? Or was there 5-5 and they eliminated him, which is why it's down to 5-4. Is there... I'm trying to see if I can just see... Is he there? He is not on that thumbnail, so no. I'm guessing it was 5-5 and they got rid of him immediately.
And the person with the lowest ratings for the guys and the girls, they were up for elimination.
Everybody votes on them.
Yeah, everyone votes and they collect the number. I think you get like a certain point set, right? So Wei gets the lowest score, he has to leave. But they do this whole anonymous voting for a bunch of different categories. And this is just what I'm trying to explain to you, the vibes of people. Everybody voted that Finance Bro has the best, exciting first impression. He's just like the most outgoing, emotionally mature, very sunny, seems confident. And the girly pops seem to really like Finance Bro. And then for the girl with the highest impression score is Influencer J. People think that she gives off like the cool, collected, funny vibe, which I get. Like I get it. When she walks in, she doesn't seem like she just seems cool, but not in the unapproachable cool, just like really cool. She gives like the ugly energy out of everyone. And then the guy with the lowest score was Wei. So he eventually gets voted off. But even before, they had to compare with the lowest girl score, which is PR Lily. I will say, maybe it was the attire that she wore. Every girl wore like really personality-filled clothes or mini dresses, you know.
Yep.
She was wearing like a longer dress.
Like a PR outfit.
Yeah, like kind of going to work. And her hair was up in an up.
Is there something you would wear to work? I don't think that's something you would wear to work, right? Question mark.
And she seemed stern. She seemed like if one of them fucked up, she wouldn't do anything bad. She would just pull them aside and say, that must be really disappointing, and you should probably go apologize to your parents right now for making a fool out of yourself. That was the vibe she was giving initially. So she actually went into the telephone booth with the professor, and they were sitting next together. And the producers are like, if anybody wants either Wei or PR Lily to stay, raise your hand. Professor's hand shoots up, and he is like, we were talking in the telephone booth, and I had this feeling of, this is how it's supposed to be. And everyone was like, oh.
Like really romantic?
Yes, so romantic. So romantic. And he just looked distraught at the idea of her being kicked off the show. So she gets to stay, but Wei's gotta go. And they're like, hey, but before we go, let's humiliate.
I mean, again, it's just unfortunate. Wait, what? You're gonna humiliate him on top of that? I mean, come on, man. Like, look at the guy, man. Leave him alone.
The show. So she gets to stay, but Wei's gotta go. And they're like, hey, but before we go, let's humiliate you some more. Honestly, these producers, karma. They need karma coming to them. So they say, we're gonna play your secret to everyone that you just met 5 minutes ago. Play the secret. And they play a giant projected video of his secret that's pre-recorded. And he said that he was scammed in a business fraud where they scammed $6.6 million out of him. He was broke, he has no money, he cries all the time. He's not laughing because it's funny, he's laughing because it's shocking that they just like humiliate him like this out of nowhere. And then he's like, I cry every day. Sometimes I cry while I'm walking, sometimes I cry while I'm eating for no reason. Tears will just start falling. Sometimes there are days that I will cry for 2 days nonstop and wonder, why can't I stop crying? But then he says that this, and then he broke up with his ex-girlfriend because of this. He said, I broke up with her because I didn't want her to feel bad for breaking up with me.
Is he still in debt or no?
Oh, yeah.
He's still in debt?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yes. And then he's saying that even though this is the worst thing and he's at the darkest point of his life, he describes it like a sun shower, the season of his life, because it's raining, but he's not under a dark cloud. He still finds the sun somehow. And I was crying, and I cried in the car, and everyone's like, what is wrong with you? My sister's
Was she watching this in the car?
like heavy rap music, and I'm just sobbing in the back with my laptop. I'm like, I can't do this right now. That's how the family trip started. Anyway.
Damn. So it was actually a dark secret.
Super dark. His is like the only one that's dark so far. So far, I haven't seen the rest, but
That's why they played it.
yeah.
They're like, we gotta play this.
And the producers give the mic to him, and they're just like, do you want to say anything? Which, like, what do you mean? What do you expect him to say? So he
Does he even have anything like good to say? Maybe he would, right? If he's saying he's, the light at the end of the tunnel kind of guy, like maybe he would have something nice to say, despite being clearly bullied for entertainment live ? On television. He might still be optimistic.
He holds the mic and he's crying, of course. I was crying. And he goes, I don't really know what to say. And thankfully, his table partner was broadcaster Mimi. She is obviously a host of the Chinese show and stuff. And she's really poised. She's really sweet. She gets the mic from him and was like, if you don't mind, like, I would love to share my piece. And she talks about how she didn't really get to know him much, but he's so meticulous with his words, very kind and warm. And she felt much more comfortable since he was at her table. And she like gives a really warm goodbye, even though nobody voted for him to stay, so a little too late. But he says his goodbye and he leaves. And that's why now we have 5 girls and 4 guys.
Okay, so yeah, that's why it was the 5-4 split. They started with 5.
on the very first day, right after this, they have this mini sports activity where all of them are going to pair up. Now, there's more girls than guys. So one guy is going to be partnered up with 2 girls. When everybody initially starts trying to split up into their groups, oh my God, this is so cute. The professor looks at PR Lily and he just looks at her and then she nods and he walks over so giddy. She's walking in like a dog already.
So them two are like the cutest right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then influencer Jay is very outgoing and goes, hey, is anyone good at sports? Like, does anyone want to partner with me? And Tien, motherfucking Tien, immediately is like, I'll pick you. So influencer Jay and Tien are together. Now, mind you,
Are they about to do some sort of sporty thing? Question mark, because why else would that matter? Unless I guess they're going on a date, right? And she's like, let's do a date. It's going to be like tennis. I don't know why. I would just assume they would be playing tennis for some reason. Like, what other sport, whatever sport activity would you do in China? Question mark. Because I don't feel like they would be going to golf. I don't think they would be bowling or anything like that. Baseball's out of the question, of course. You know, the batting range, I guess, is what you'd be going to. I just feel like it's tennis. Question mark.
sat at the table together. So everybody's like, oh, Professor and PR Lily were at the same table. And then Tien and Influencer Jay were at the same table. So like maybe the first game, we don't really know each other. Maybe everybody at the same table should just go for the people that were at the same table. That's the thought. This left 3 girls and 4 guys remaining. Now there's no rule that you have to choose your original partner, but it just made sense. So Chen71, she's standing there and she's like, okay, well maybe Chico is gonna pick me, but instead Chico partners with broadcaster Mimi.
Okay.
So Chen71 is like, oh. Like I haven't even talked to another guy because I wasn't even at their table. And then finance bro Zhao, he looks really interested in Chen71. So he looks like he's about to be like, he's like thinking about the words of how to swoop in. He's like, okay, let me just think about that. Like, let me just lower my voice. Let me go an octave lower. And he's about to say something. And motherfucking Tien goes, oh, well, you can join my group and we can be the 3 of us together. Oh. So now
the guy just straight up pulls 2 girls?
Yes, and now it's Tien, it's Influencer Jay, and Chen71.
Wait.
I need to see this picture again.
Yes, and now it's Tien.
Guess we have those two, even though that does not look like whoever that is supposed to be. Like, he looks so much different here than whoever that is. I don't even know who this is with that picture. And of course, these 2 with them. So that's the 4. And then that's the 5.
It's Influencer Jay and Chen71.
Wait, but the Chen71 agreed to be in the 3?
because it would be rude.
Right.
Because someone's gonna end up in a threesome, right? Or like a whatever. So then she was like, yeah, okay, fine. And so she joins. And you think that he's being nice, but it's not. It just feels at the moment that it happened, it kind of felt player vibes because you should give other people the chance
Let
to
them
maybe
decide
group.
first.
Yeah.
Like
and
if there's one final one left over, and then you can be like, hey, come.
Not left over, but like
But left over.
no, you left.
Final one left.
Yes, exactly.
Come join us, right?
Yes, exactly.
But instead,
right.
he didn't even give other people a choice.
Yeah. I don't like this guy, right? And then that's the 3 pairing. And then you have Finance Bro, Zhao, and Bao Bao that are just naturally paired together. And they were at the same table too. So those are the pairings. Now,
is it Tien guy? The one whoever picked the 2. I think from his picture, he does look like he could be sleazy. So that's what she's basically trying to say, right? Is he's trying to be like, oh, let me get 2 girls at once. So I could see that as well. Because again, like just looking at him, he looks kind of like an F-boy, question mark.
The first activity that they're doing is a girl is going to stand further away from her male partner and he has to jump to where she's standing. He's got a rose in his mouth and then she has to use her mouth to take the rose out of his mouth, but it's a long stem rose, so it's not like they're making out. I was disappointed. Anyway, so it's like a jumping game, which like immediately another thing would just give me the ick. Unless we're on physical 100 and you know how to jump 3 stories high, that's not the first thing I want to see you do. That's not the first thing I want to see on a date. So Tien, he goes up with Influencer Jay and she's like, okay, like I'm gonna stand here, you jump to me and then I'll take the rose out of your mouth. He jumps, it's not impressive. She takes the rose out of his mouth and she's like, yeah, I think that the way that when he jumped to me, he was so close to me, it was just very intimate.
Okay.
So she's like, yeah, it was fun. Then it's Finance Bro and Bao Bao are partnered together and he jumps the furthest. And honestly, they're really cute, but you can tell that Finance Bro is not interested in Bao Bao. They have friendly chemistry, but it seems very platonic. It seems like Bao Bao could have been interested, but he was not interested. He seems very interested in Chen71. Like he's always watching her through the whole game. And then like there will be times where the next game is gonna be played. He's standing behind her. That would piss me off if I was Bao Bao. I'd be like, this is so depressing. So then the next activity is called the love hug. So you've got 2 couples that are gonna compete against each other. And there's
Okay, I don't even know what is going on with this image. And I'm just going to explain it, but I want to like just analyze this image. So you have 2 holding a ball to each other's chests, and then you have another couple that's leashed like it's 1990, and you have a child that you don't want to get kidnapped, and they have a hammer. Are they going to try to blindfoldedly knock the ball out from in between them? Question mark. Again, I reiterate, question mark. And by the way, that leash thing, I'm not joking, right? I think leashes were a thing. And then they came back eventually, right? But they had like the backpack leash. There's like an animal that goes on their back and it's like leashed to you. I literally have this red leash next to me that I'm pretty sure they used on me when I was a kid. Like I still own it as like an ancient old man. I'm not an old man, but you know what I mean. It's like a red, like the cable in between is like a red phone cable. If someone will even know what I mean by a phone cable, you know, like a house cable. A house phone cable is like a spiral that plugs into the phone and then into the machine that it rests in. Like it's like that kind of cable, but red and kind of see-through and slightly bigger and thicker. It's like that, so it can stretch, right? I literally still have that. So that's what I'm talking about when I mean like child leash, 1990s child leash.
This giant circle drawn out on the grass field. One couple is going to stand inside the circle and they're hugging each other and there's a balloon in the center of them that they have to balance. Then the other couple, the girl is inside the circle and she has a bungee cord that's attached to her male partner, and the male partner has to run around the perimeter of the circle and she's blindfolded. Bro, I don't know who the came up with this game. She's blindfolded and she has an inflatable hammer and she's got to whack the balloon out of the first couple.
What the fuck? I'm having such trouble like picturing this right now.
So
but
there's
okay.
three people in the,
I
honestly,
think I get it, kind of.
Yeah, I really don't know why the guy is running around.
Yeah. What's the purpose on that?
Nobody knows, but just know that
Hey, I need to hear that again because I didn't.
she's blindfolded and around the perimeter of the circle.
I did not like listen to any of what she was saying here.
That are going to compete against each other, and there's this giant circle drawn out on the grass field. One couple is going to stand inside the circle and they're hugging each other and there's a balloon in the center of them that they have to balance. Then the other couple, the girl is inside the circle and she has a bungee cord that's attached to her male partner, and the male partner has to run around the perimeter of the circle and she's blindfolded. Bro, I don't know who the came up with this game. She's blindfolded and she has an inflatable hammer and she's got to whack the balloon out of the first couple.
What the fuck? I'm having such trouble like
Yeah, it's like it doesn't make sense. It's like what does this achieve? I mean, they're not really trying to achieve anything, right? They're just trying to do like some sort of goofy, funny game. I feel like the main threat would be the balloon couple hugging too hard and causing the balloon to pop. That's the main threat here. I feel like the hammer is the least of their problems.
picturing this right now.
So
But
there's
okay.
three people in the,
I think I get it, kind of.
Yeah, I really don't know why the guy is running around.
Yeah. What's the purpose on that?
Nobody knows,
All
but
right.
just know that one couple is hugging with a balloon, and then the girl of the other couple has an inflatable hammer, and she's trying to knock out the balloon, but she's blindfolded. That's really all you need to know. Nothing else matters. Tian is like, let's go, influencer J. So they start hugging the balloon first, and it's like very, it just felt like a lot of physical contact, just a lot. PR Lily and the professor are playing offense. So PR Lily's in there with the hammer, and they're going after the ball. Eventually, she's like hammering them, and then motherfucker Tian, he tilts his body so that he's the one
Taking the hit.
Yes. Now, mind you, this is an inflatable hammer.
Yeah.
And influencer Jay later in the confessionals is like, I just felt a really strong sense of security because of how, and then she was like, how many times? You know, how many times did he get hit for me?
With air, essentially.
She's like, I just felt safe. Meanwhile,
So his strategy paid off.
oh yeah.
It was like the easiest thing to do.
Easiest.
But she's like,
And meanwhile,
what a man.
PR Lily, she's got her man walked like a dog. She just whacking. She's in there whacking with the hammer. And I will say she's kind of aggressive. Like she's like, bah, 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 like rapid succession. Everyone is like, damn, she's really putting in the effort. Meanwhile, the professor is running and encouraging, and everyone is pointing out he's running around the circle like he's running around the sun for PR Lily. Like it's just, he's dedicated. Now, this round involved a lot of running and a lot of nonsense. So Chen 71 is up. But she's like, you know what, Tian, you should rest because you just did that with Influencer J. In fact, I want to go with Finance Bro. So she just like
switches her team now. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go for this guy who's been eyeing me.
So then she goes in, and interestingly, the offense is Influencer J and the professor, which like all of them just played, so I don't know why Tian is tired, but Tian does look tired. And just to give you an idea of the perpetrator Tian, he gives me like Korean oppa from church vibes. He kind of looks a little bit more soft boy. He looks like a mama's boy. I don't know how to describe it. Like very just, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. He's just,
What do you not get? Girls like him?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this picture, sure, I guess she said soft boy, but again, before I was thinking he looked pretty sleazy, but it depends on like the angle and how their face looks is that. But I don't know, does he still look sleazy here? I don't know. I mean, the double white, I guess is doing him favors, I guess. The white undershirt with the white shirt over it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. But anyway.
I said undershirt, but it looks like it's just two shirts, two of the same shirt stacked on top of each other.
Influencer J is a whack it. Meanwhile, Finance Bro is like dry humping the balloon to try and win. And it's not sexual. It's just like a really, I imagine a sad old dog getting out one last hump on the pillow, like because he's trying to hold up the balloon, but he's like thrusting because it's dropped to their waist. And it's just very uncomfortable. Everybody's a giggling, everybody's a hooting and a hollering. And later during the third game, they decide this is a whole new game, okay? During the third game, they have to go through this obstacle course where the girl is going to be blindfolded and the guy has to guide her. So Tian teams up with Chen71. So Influencer J is sitting this one out, and then everybody else going in their regular pairs, and they're gonna go through this obstacle course. So it's gonna be them, and then it's going to be against Bao Bao and Finance Bro. And Tian is initiating a lot of physical contact for a Chinese reality show. So not only is he holding her hand because she has to get up on a balance beam and walk through it, he's also like grabbing her waist, which a lot of Chinese netizens didn't like, even though it probably is safer for her that way. It just is very touchy. And then now it puts the girl in an uncomfortable situation where if she doesn't want that kind of touch, then she has to make a whole scene about it, and then it becomes uncomfortable for everyone. So you just kind of have to accept it. It's like a whole thing. Meanwhile, all the other guys are just kind of holding the girl's hands. And it's not because they're dumb. It's not because they don't want to put their hands on their waist. It just seems like a little too much. But he doesn't care. He's just like grabbing her waist. He's doing all of that. And then Finance Bro and Bao Bao, after they do the balance beam, there's this giant circular cutout in front of them with a small hole that you have to lift your arm, duck your head, and then pass through, like a little tunnel, okay? You know what? Maybe they should have held their waist because all the girls be whacking their heads so hard. All of them are just bunk. They're seeing stars afterwards. So all of them are just bunking their heads. And then afterwards, you have to go through this tire track where you have to step in the middle of a bunch of tires that are on the grass. I don't know who came up with this YouTube budget video idea, but they're going through, and Tian decides, you know what? Chen71, get on my back. So she gets on his back and his hands are on her thighs and he's running the end of the obstacle course.
Is this a legal move? Question mark. I feel like this is not legal. Because what's the main goal here? You're supposed to be guiding them there, not like literally carrying them yourselves. I feel like this is cheating. Is it not?
And somehow, they're not even that fast. They come around the same time as Bao Bao, and
I mean, he is holding another human being. Let's understand, right? That is going to slow him down.
Finance Bro, but they do win. They do win. But everyone was just commenting in the live chat, is all of this necessary?
Isn't this not cheating? Question mark. It feels like cheating.
Some people are commenting like, he's acting like a player. Like, this is too much. Everyone's
Wait, what does this say here in Chinese? Because that's a symbol for death. Question mark. Are they telling them to die? Or what? Let's translate that. Of course, you can't trust Google Translate that much, but Google Translate translates this to he's playing dead.
commenting in
So
the live chat.
that's what that means.
Is all of this necessary? Some people are commenting like, he's acting like a player. Like, this is too much. Everyone's like, oh my god, now he's carrying someone. Like, well, he's so pretentious. People didn't like it. And then the next up is Professor and PR Lily, and then broadcaster Mimi and Jiko, and everybody is watching saying, do these people know that this is a timed game? Like, they were on a stroll, so they're just going really slowly. But it doesn't matter how slowly you're going because everyone's still bonking their head at the circle part. Like, PR Lily went dong.
What?
Everyone's just watching that. It's like they went on 0.6 speed. After all of this, the two pairs that took the least time to go through the obstacle course were Bao and Finance Bro, and then Tian and Chen71. So as their prize, they each won a private 2-person sauna trip. So you go with your partner, and then you go to the sauna. Now, Bao and Finance Bro, they were very platonic during this sauna trip. Nothing really happened. But Tian
Well, we already know Tian's sleazeball, so.
and Chen71. So first of all, they get into this sauna, and they've got their feet dipped into this hot tub. And Tian decides he's a little hot. Yeah, but it's not like a sauna where you're drenched in sweat. He looks like maybe he ran a little bit. Like, it doesn't look like he's drenched and he's dying and he's gasping for air and he needs the water, he needs a Gatorade. Like, it doesn't look like that. He looks fine, but he decides he's gonna take off his shirt. Now, I will say, these comments are really mean. And when I was watching it, I was like, maybe he's not that bad. And people, like, why are we body shaming someone? Why are we being so mean to him? But Tiffany kept telling me, no, it's okay. There are lots of other people to actually feel bad for. Like, he's not one of them. So I was like, she's like, just wait, it gets really bad. Like, he's actually a fucked up person. So I was like, okay, I'll trust you. So he decides he's gonna take off his shirt, which a lot of people, this is like East Asian culture. If you're gonna take off your shirt, we're expecting to see something, buddy, right? Like, that's what they were saying. Especially on these types of dating shows, you don't really take off your shirt. Nobody, even when the other guys get into the pool, they keep shirts on, like wet shirts.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's, it's very modest culture. So when you're taking off your shirt, you're taking off your shirt. So he takes off his shirt, and a lot
I don't know what to expect. Is it just going to be he's skinny? Like, I don't think he's fat, so he's just skinny, but he doesn't have any abs?
of people called him Piggy Nipples after that.
A what?
He got nicknamed Piggy Nipples.
Piggy nipple?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
His nipples are really kind of larger than most guys' nipples.
No. Question mark. They look the way they should. They just seem like they're pointed. Question mark. I just thought it was gonna be because he's like skinny with no abs, which he is. Like, he is kind of just skinny. There's a kind of like not a whole lot going there on his, muscles, abs, whatever. It's just a skinny dude. The chest looks like someone who is the skinny. Just that's what they would look like. Question mark.
And they were kind of sagging. I don't know. And again, I felt bad, but Tiffany was like, don't feel bad because he's actually a fucked up person. But people are commenting things like his nipples are melting away like butter.
Damn.
And I just want to say,
I don't know what they're talking about.
So, like, everyone watching this already know he's bad? and they're like commenting because they just don't like him. And like,
so half the people hate him, half the people are just mean. And then there was a small group of people that I didn't see a lot of, like I didn't know going into this what I was gonna see. So there's a lot of people who didn't know just like me, and we were like, I don't know if this is necessary. Yeah, and so there were some comments of like, guys, like it's not that necessary. But people kept going. His muscles also look like melting butter. His head is so big.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that says.
Why would you take off your shirt? Some people said, if you're a guy and you have no muscles, can you put your shirt back on? Yeah, another one says his body looks like a kid's body. And I was like, that's really mean. Some people said, stop fucking around and put your shirt on. Yeah. Some people said that they're gonna ask for mental compensation because they saw him without a shirt. It was just like it was a really mean thing. But during this segment, you could tell that Tian is laying it on thick to Chen 7.
I talked about this in a RAD video before, right? And no one really commented on it, so I was hoping it would just like blow over, right? Hopefully no one got upset about it, but I was talking about how in these kind of situations, like people might not realize it, like they might, because it's just so ingrained in just human culture at this point, but like a man's naked body is only used for disgust or disgust or laughter. Because it could be the same thing at the same time. Like rarely is it going to be seen as something sexy, but I'm assuming in maybe these reality shows, if a guy is like incredibly jacked, maybe it is, but I'm more so talking about like when they're like butt naked, it's going to, even if they are attractive, it's going to be used for disgust or comedy. In this case, because he's not actually fully naked, it's just showing off his upper torso. People aren't going to see it as attractive or anything. It's just going to be disgust, especially because he's not ripped, right? So it's either going to be disgust or something to be laughed at. And that's just like something that I feel like maybe some guys understand and then feel bad about. Like it's you know, the what do you want to call this? Body. I mean, she said body shaming, which is exactly what it is, but the body insecurities of like what a guy would feel is like that their body is just something to be laughed at or be disgusted by. Like if they take their shirt off, what is everyone going to say? You know, they're going to be disgusted or they're going to laugh at you? Question mark. Whereas it's not entirely the same if it's the other way around. And that's mostly just because, you know, women have chests, right? So if they take their shirt off, like everyone's going to be hooting and hollering. Question mark. But yeah, this kind of just reminded me that, I mean, I had that whole conversation I had in one of these RAD videos about the male body and how it's only used in media for disgust and or something to be laughed at.
71. He's being very forward.
And this is not anything to like defend this guy since he's evil or whatever. I'm just saying, I'm not going to say double standard, but it's just that's how the male body is usually treated. Question mark. In a lot of cases, it's just something to be disgusted by or something to be laughed at.
Everything he'd done up until this point had made it obvious that he was interested in everyone. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. But he would also ask her questions like, among the guys, who did you have the first best impression of? Like, you wrote down. Because remember, they voted. And then he's like, can you tell me what you rated me this morning? And she was like, yeah, you were in second place after Finance Bro. And he's like, if you could re-rank everyone today, where would I place? And she said that, well, I think it'd be first. And he's just overjoyed.
She should have said last.
Like, how did other guys win you over before they pursued you, right? A lot of girls don't like that.
Yeah, because you're just like forcing her to almost lie at this point, just to kiss your ass.
And also, even the like, what did other guys do to win you over when they pursued you? A lot of girls are saying, you don't actually care if we're compatible. You're not asking who I look for in a partner. You're asking me what things someone did to make me like them. And that seemed really manipulative. So a lot of girls are like, I can smell he's bad from a mile away. He's asking for a playbook on how to get her to like him. And so she's like, oh, well, first impressions mean a lot. And I really like eye contact. And instantly, he's staring into her retinas, just pupils dilated, looking into the depths of her soul. And then, you know, she likes people that are attentive. And then that dinner, he's like so busy passing dishes to her, putting things on her plate. There's just like a lot of happening and there's a lot of physical contact. He's just doing a lot.
At this point, it seems like he's mostly interested in Chen 71.
Yes, but I think another thing that rubs people the wrong way is he doesn't even know her. He's not trying to get to know her. He's just like touching her and asking her, what do you like in a guy? And then doing the things that she likes. And it's like, you don't even know if you want her to like you because you don't know her.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. They get out the hot tub. Everybody goes back to their respective rooms. The girls have a room with mattresses on the floor. The guys have a room with mattresses on the floor. But it's not Singles Inferno, so it seems a little nicer. Okay, Singles Inferno. Every time I see the rooms, I'm like, I get why they call it Singles Inferno, okay? And
I don't even remember what the beds look like. She said beds on the floor. I'm assuming she means futons. But I didn't know Chinese people use futons. You know, just like that padded blanket that goes on the ground, basically, right? Is that what you talk about, or is it just saying that they actually have like a mattress on the floor? You know, like not like what's in the background, which is a mattress on a springboard or whatever the heck is underneath it. It's under a frame. It's just a mattress on the ground. This question mark, like, what does she mean by bed on the floor?
Every single night they have to text the person that they're the most interested in, and they have these confessionals. And Tian says, well, I'm gonna send my text message to Chen71, and she's definitely gonna send hers to me. I got this one in the bag.
But you don't know who sent it, correct? Anonymous. Oh, you do know.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he said, I got this one in the bag.
So does that mean they can't respond unless they get messaged back? Question mark.
Okay.
Everybody was pissed off. That's not something you say when you genuinely like somebody. You don't say, ooh, I got him in the bag. Okay, that sounds like you're playing a game, and this is not the you don't win anything if you are in a couple relationship afterwards. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
If he really likes her, he would be kind of nervous. Like,
Yes.
oh man, I really hope I got this one.
Yeah. So that same night, Bao Bao and Finance Bro hang out, like I said, in the tub. They don't really get along. It's very clear that Finance Bro is also interested in Chen71.
Are we rooting for Finance Bro and Chen71?
So far, but I heard there's drama later.
Okay.
Yeah. Together, they do a late night snack. Chen71 and Finance Bro eventually get together at night. Because they have phones where they can text each other, actually.
Text anybody.
Yeah, in the villa. So they text, and then they go and make eggs and toast in the kitchen for late night conversation. And in the end, Chen71
Is it the guy who can cook?
sends her text message to Finance Bro, and they are basically together for the rest of the series.
Oh.
Yeah. Then the next morning, a new bombshell has entered the villa.
So what did
This is easy.
Tian find out when he didn't get that text message?
He was just like, what the fuck?
He didn't get nothing?
Yeah, and then he moved on.
Oh.
Yeah. So then Barry, the American, enters the villa. He comes to join the show, and he
Okay, no, it's only Barry.
hooked onto PR Lily. And she, remember, she's with the professor. The professor runs around PR Lily like the sun. PR Lily is also very into Barry. Also, broadcaster Mimi is very into Barry.
So this new Barry is
Why? No offense to Barry, but why?
very popular.
Yeah, Barry has American energy. Like, the dude is
Outgoing?
smiley.
Okay.
He's just smiling all the time. And you want
Is he putting white makeup on his face too? I know like a pale face is a thing, but like for men too? Because his face is so much paler in that shot than the rest of his skin. His ears are red. His neck was red. No, flush, I guess. His ears were flush. His neck was flush.
You want to be like, what's so funny? No, I'm just kidding. I like Barry so far. He seems chill, okay? He's cooking. He's smiling. He seems really approachable. He seems warm. He doesn't seem like the type that tries to be a cool guy. That's my number one. I will never date someone who tries to be a cool guy. And Barry, he just seems like he doesn't really care of being perceived as like a badass CEO. Like he's not doing that. So that next morning, they all have to pick a date. The way the producer set it up is the number of text messages you got last night, the girls get to choose in that order of who they want to go on a date. Now, Chen71 got 2 text messages. She got one from Finance Bro and Tian, right? So she gets to choose first who she wants to go on a date with. The minute that she chooses a date, and they all write it down on a blackboard that only the girls can see, the next person cannot choose that person.
Yep.
Like you have to choose out of the remainder of the guys. So she comes out and she immediately writes down that she wants to go on a date with Finance Bro. And this happens in quick succession until Bao Bao is the last one. She received 0 text messages because remember Finance Bro texted Chen71. And the only person left out of the guys
Is Tian?
Is Tian. So she just, I mean, she has no option. So she picks Tian, but she's still positive. Like this girl has had no interaction with Tian. And she's like, okay, like I'm just gonna be open-minded.
Oh, is that ad break? Oh, Prime. Was not expecting Prime. What is she gonna be watching? Oh, is she not gonna say?
Opportunity strikes. You have to seize it. Amazon Prime's same-day delivery helps you say yes.
Oh, we're just talking about like delivery. I was thinking about Prime Video for whatever reason. It's just Amazon.com/Prime. She's not doing anything specifically to her. It's just I'm guessing they're just giving her money to say, hey, go buy Prime? Question mark. So we have Amazon.com/Prime. Yeah, there it is. Amazon.com/Prime. I'll do her even one better. If you are on food stamps in America, I don't know if anywhere else, if you're on some sort of thing like food stamps or what have you, you can actually get Amazon Prime for really cheap. I don't know how much it actually is. Maybe like half off. Maybe it's half off. I just happen to know that. So yeah, so if you're in America, which a lot of you probably aren't, right? I don't know what the numbers are anymore, because again, Japan was like the leading number of viewers for a while. I think that equaled out eventually. And we can do this live. Let me go check live what the demographic is. All right, I'm willing to show this live on camera. I don't think anything here is going to get me in trouble or is private information. It's 55% Japan, question mark. Also, if you hear anything in the background, I think it's raining or like thundering. There's weird stuff happening out there this whole time. But yeah, 55% Japan still. 12% United States. So yeah, again, for you, 12.7% audience. That is in the United States. Again, I think if you have food stamps, there's something similar to food stamps, like food stamps. I don't know if Social Security counts, but some sort of benefit like that, you actually get Prime for half off. Question mark. They've got Japan at over half, then United States 12.7, then United Kingdom, then India, and then Taiwan for the 5 major groups. Watch time. Everyone always complains about this, right? I haven't complained about it before, but only a quarter of you are subscribed. So if you're not subscribed and you're watching this, hit that subscribe button. Question mark. I wonder if the subscribe button lit up when I said that as well. Yeah, over 3/4 of you are not subscribed. What are you doing? Shame on you. Though, round of applause for all the women out there. You have beaten the men again. Because I remember at one point, I think it was pretty neck and neck, right? For my audience, question mark, of people who watch the channel. It had gotten up to like around 80, I think 80 female and then whatever male, question mark. But then it's slowly, like the male demographic slowly started getting back up. And I think it was 50-50, if not the men were beating the women again. But now the women are beating the men, so congratulations, you did it. You're back up on top. I can say that I'm a male YouTuber who has a majority female demographic. Hooray! Question mark. Also, I don't know if this is the top subtitles, I guess. If who's using subtitles, apparently nobody's using subtitles. I guess I'm just clear enough to not need them. Question mark. Is anything down here that's an issue? What is our age demographic? It's between 18 and 44. I mean, that makes sense, right? No old people. No teens, which, I mean, I don't know if we should let kids on YouTube anyways, but no offense to you if you're one of the 13 to 17 who's watching this. I appreciate it nonetheless. But yeah, again, congratulations, women, for beating the men for my most... like my highest demographic viewer based on gender, question mark. Again, for the 12.7 Amazon Prime, you can get half off if you had food stamps. So if you're in a bad spot, you can actually get Amazon Prime for half off.
Same day delivery, it's on Prime, available in select areas. Terms apply. They go on a vegetable picking date followed by hot pot, and they have a really good time joking around, laughing together, picking vegetables. They're flirting.
Okay.
They're flirting. And I think Bao Bao's sense of humor is, like, a lot of Chinese people call it abstract. I think Chinese people don't...
I love it.
I think you guys don't do a lot of sarcasm. So that's why they call it abstract, I think. Because when I'm sarcastic with your sister also, she doesn't get it. So I feel like it's a thing. It's not as common.
Wait, we're using that term abstract again.
Really? Because
Abstract?
everyone keeps calling her abstract, and I feel like it's just sarcastic. So, for example, they're like, oh, when you pick the vegetables, he's telling her, make sure you pick the ones that are big and not rotten. And then she's like, why would I pick the ones that are small and rotten? And then he's like, oh, I was just worried that you would just not pick the right ones. And then she was like, okay, yeah, from now on, I'm definitely gonna pick the small and rotten ones. Like, it's just like not, but then people are like, oh, she's so abstract. Everyone's just saying in the comments, it's really hard to talk to someone who's so abstract. So that was like a whole thing. And this becomes important later because everyone's like, it's difficult to talk to someone who's abstract. And they almost use this to hate on Bao Bao. Anyway, they're holding the vegetable basket. She even stops to like wipe the sweat off of his face. And it's really cute.
So she's kind of into him, right?
She is, yeah. But she's not overdoing it. She's just like being shy. And when they get
Is she with Tien? Question mark. The sleaze.
back, their hot pot data set up outside their room, and they have to go back to the kitchen to get some of their ingredients. And when they're inside, they see a bunch
Ew.
of crabs on the table.
Ew.
And Tien really wants to eat these fucking crabs. The crabs are not for their date, though. It's for another couple's date. Now, he keeps pointing it out, though, even though it's not for him. He's like, wow, crabs also taste the sweetest during this time, which is like the mid-autumn festival time. Like, that's when the crabs are the freshest and they have a sweet taste. Like,
Yes.
I really wish we could have some crabs. Anyway, let me get the ingredients out of the fridge. So Bao Bao's listening to this. And then she's like, calculating in her head. And then later, they go back with the hot pot ingredients. They walk back into the kitchen, and then he goes, crabs, 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 when he sees the crabs. So this is the second time that he's talking about the crabs. He's making it so painfully obvious to whomever is listening that he wants crabs. They go, they eat their hot pot. Tien is very nice to Bao Bao. He's offering to make dips for her hot pot. Like, he's really laying it on thick. Like, I can see how Bao Bao would fall for him because he's doing everything right. He's getting very protective of her when there's like splashing from the hot pot. Like, he's making sure her water is filled, that the dip is not too spicy. He's doing everything. He's picking up all the hints. Like, oh, I think beef would taste really good. He's like, oh, let me go get up and get some beef. Then he puts the beef in the hot pot. Like, she's not asking. She'll just say something and he'll pick up on it. And he seems very thoughtful from Bao Bao's perspective because she didn't see anything else that happened.
Okay.
She didn't know about that. I got this one in the bag. Like, she didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
She's just like, wow, he's really thoughtful. But all the live comments were really ominous. All the live comments are like, Bao Bao, run. Bao Bao, hide. Bao Bao, get away while you can. Bao Bao, it's too late. And I'm like, oh my God, Bao Bao, what's gonna happen?
You got her.
After they finish eating, Tien goes for his daily interview in the confessional room. Meanwhile, Bao Bao sees broadcaster Mimi and American Berry, and they're making their little dinner, and they're the ones that have the crab. So Bao Bao is like walking around, and she's like, you know what, I'm just
Don't show me that crab again. I know I said ew like twice. I don't know if anyone's like obsessed with crab or any of that out there. It's just like I don't know. It's just like, ew. I don't want to see something being dismembered, and eaten, right? That just seems like gross. Like maybe crab is really nice. I mean, I haven't had it. I haven't had lobster either, which people are probably like, oh my God, you haven't lived until you had X or Y. But if I ever have it, it probably won't be just like straight from the animal, right? We eat our animals as like pieces, right, or whatever. I don't know, how would you even describe it? We don't eat them straight off the body for a reason, because it's just like ew.
Just gonna go for it. So she's like, broadcaster Mimi.
Oh.
Also, it gives. I hate to use the word gives because it doesn't matter. It gives insect vibes. Question mark is the issue there too. Like it feels like an insect. I mean, it's close enough.
A little dinner, and they're the ones that have the crab. So Bao Bao is like walking around, and she's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. So she's like, broadcaster Mimi. I know this is like a weird question, and she's so polite, and she's like, it's totally fine if you don't want, but you guys have extra crabs, and I was just wondering if I could just take like half a piece of the crab just to give to Tian because he seemed like he was really craving crabs.
That's crazy.
So then
Is
like,
Tian still hungry at this point?
and so they're like, yeah, of course, we don't care. So all three of them are really sweet. Like broadcaster Mimi's sweet, Barry's sweet, Bao Bao is sweet. None of this was inappropriate. She gets the crab, and she's so excited. She puts it in a little bowl, has chopsticks, and then
Because that looks fine just because it isn't gray like the other one. It doesn't look as gross, but it's still like a creature that you're eating that's still intact. It's not like a hunk of meat taken off of a creature, right? It's the entire creature that you're planning on eating and not made to look like food. You're just eating the thing straight up.
And then she's like trying to get into his interview, and she's like, I got you a crab. And then he's just like, okay, yeah, let me finish with my interview. And the interviewer's like, no, it's fine, like eat the crab. They're like, we want to get this footage, right? Oh, okay, sorry, like you should finish up first. Like I'll wait for you outside. And then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna finish my interview first, and yeah, I'll come get the crab after. And she's like, okay, I'll hold on to it for you. And it was a lot of netizens felt it was a very cute and thoughtful gesture.
Yeah.
This is really important. Not right now, but he is going to later use this moment to villainize Bao Bao. He's going
Why? Because he interrupted him?
to rewrite history. This crab. Just remember this, okay?
That's crazy.
Just remember how it really played out, okay? Keep this in mind. So at this point, the number of guys and girls is balanced because Barry came in, so it's the equal number. But that night, a hot new bombshell enters the villa.
Okay, now we have ZZ, question mark.
Wearing a red dress, spicy red dress, okay? She walks in, everybody's sitting around the living room, and
This requires the pen. Let me get the pen. All right, now look at the men. They're like deers in headlights. I mean, even especially him. Like, really? Like, why are y'all so just distraught at this woman's appearance? So starstruck. I mean, she's kind of like, I had a word for what she looks like, but I'm not going to say it just because people are going to assume I'm being mean, and then I'm not trying to get, canceled by some person on the internet who's trying to start a fight for no reason, right? Because we had that before. Maybe I should, just so I could get it. Cause it's content for the QT. I'm not going to, but this time around. But you wait for the future, because again, it's going to happen no matter what. So I should just say whatever I want to say, but not this time. But yeah, she's like I don't know how she feels. Question mark. I don't know what's going on here with her. I don't know if she's talking to someone or if she's just she is kind of like, I don't know, maybe they're just like, who is that? I feel like they're just like, who's that? But them are like, they're just goo goo gaga over her, right? Literally the awooga eyeball thing is happening with these three, especially him. He is like pure awooga.
and it's slow-mo. Her stepping towards the villa, and she's wearing bright red. She's got black hair, shorter, mid-length. Her face is really symmetrical.
That's shorter, mid-length, question mark? It looked really long to me. Is that not considered long? Look how long her hair is. Look, this is short, mid-length, question mark? I mean, it almost goes all the way down to her butt. Question mark, I mean, you can't see, right? I mean, this is how long my hair is. Maybe my hair is like slightly longer. I mean, it depends, but like this is how long my hair is, relatively so. Right? You're saying my hair's not long? I'm trying to make it as long as possible, but I'm a guy, so it takes like 10 centuries to do that. But I'm pretty sure my hair is this long. Like some strands might go like down here, question mark, but still, this is considered short on a woman.
And everybody's sitting around the living room and you like it's slow-mo, her stepping towards the villa, and she's wearing bright red, she's got black hair, shorter, mid-length, her face is really symmetrical. That's about all I can
Is
say.
it?
That's crazy.
Like everybody else has really unique looks. I feel like every time her face comes up on screen, I glaze over her face because there's not a point I can look at. Everybody
I need to see it again.
has a focal point. And sometimes that focal point isn't even what you personally like. Like there are some people who hate a mole on their face, but a lot of people love it because it just makes them look so unique and charismatic, right? She doesn't have a focal point. Every other person on this show has a strong focal point. And like that focal point gives them aura, it gives them charisma. She just has like a very conventionally beautiful but bland face.
Not memorable.
Yes, and I say this because we hate her. Like I would never have said this unless she's also not a pretty person on the inside. So we can do that. Anyway, Zizi walks in, red dress, super symmetrical face. Am I jealous? Yeah, I have a very unsymmetrical face. Maybe that's where the hate is.
Is it? I don't. It seems symmetrical to me, but I mean, I'm not like looking that closely. Like for Stephanie, she should talk about herself, but for her, I don't know.
Coming from, and she's immediately catching everybody's attention when she walks in. People are just shocked.
Yeah.
Like, we were not even, they didn't even get it.
Again, it's so weird that they were all just deers in a headlight when seeing her.
You know how in American reality shows they'll at least prime you for the entrance? Everybody gets an idea, and then you get the cuts of everyone being like, I think that's gonna be a new Bombshell. You think so? Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be a new Bombshell. We didn't get that. She just came out of nowhere. And then she's like, hi, I'm new here. Like that's how she enters it. So then they're like, okay, introduce yourself. Hi everyone, my name is Zizi. I'm 24 years old, and this is the year of my Chinese zodiac sign. That's why I'm wearing red. I graduated from the Beijing Film Academy last year, and I'm doing social media in Hangzhou right now. My most recent and notable role was in the 2025 Chinese film, The Legend of the Condor Heroes. Apparently it's big.
I'm sure.
Oof.
The legend of.
It's the legend, okay? It's gotta be legendary. So she was the main lead. She was the little dragon girl or whatever. I don't know. It wasn't like the biggest hit. She's not a huge star. Maybe the show was good, but I don't know if she wasn't memorable. But she's walking in. Everybody's looking at her. Barry and PR Lily decide to get her a glass of water. And I really like PR Lily because she gets up to get a glass of water with Barry and PR Lily. And PR Lily hands it to her. And she's gently telling her, like, take your time. Like, you don't have to open up so quickly. You can just observe and get comfortable. Because she's like, it's probably really stressful and trying to like fill the void. She's like, I'm a little nervous. It's okay. You'll get used to it soon. So she's so sweet about it. And then Zizi, and they're all thoughtful. She's wearing a shorter red dress and everyone is kind of dressed more casually. So Bao Bao even suggests that she sit on the couch instead of one of the low chairs that everyone's like lounge chairs because it's just hard to sit properly and you know. So they make space for her on the couch. Everybody's being really sweet. No one's like, new Bombshell. I mean, some people look a little worried, but that's natural, very normal. So they immediately
Those men were not looking worried. I'll tell you that.
decide that they're going to break the ice and they're going to play one of those whisper games. The rules are simple. You go into a bowl, you fish out a question, and then you ask this question to someone by whispering it into their ear. And then they will point at someone to answer this question. But nobody knows what the question is. Only the person that whispered it and the one that is pointing, right? That answered it. Now, if you want to know what this question is, because let's say you were pointed at, then you have to do some sort of punishment. You pick out a little punishment from the punishment bowl, and then you can figure out what the question is. So they're playing this game. It's like, for example, who do you think is the prettiest person in the room? And this is the first.
Oh yeah, we completely forgot about the fact that everyone's supposed to have a secret, and this whole show is about secrets, but apparently, like she said, they don't matter. Outside of that very first one, I completely forgot that that's even like a factor to the show, is the whole stupid secret thing.
Time that we get introduced to the couple that is now going to be Jiko and Influencer J. So Jiko keeps pointing at Influencer J. He's like the Dan Dan one. But he's like, you know, calmer than Dan Dan most of the time. You know, he's like that. And then Influencer J, she's older than him, and that's like a huge plot device. That's a huge problem. You know, he's trying so hard to be mature for her. You know, she's a very realistic person, and he's like, I can be realistic. I can be mature. I can be a man. Like, it's really cute, actually. And so he keeps pointing at her, and they seem to kind of have a genuine platonic, maybe romantic relationship that's blooming, and they pick each other for all the dates. So that's them. And then at one point, Tian keeps wanting to know what the questions are. He's a nosy little. So he decides, I'm gonna just keep doing these punishments because these punishments aren't even that big of a deal. So he decides, Bao Bao, I want to do the punishment with you. And so he opens the thing and it's like, okay, compliment someone in the room. So he compliments Bao Bao. He's like, your eyes are really big. You're so sweet and kind.
Your eyes are really big? Question mark. Is that a compliment? Question mark. I mean, you could, if you want to be like edgy, dark humor. If you see it that way, you could be like, oh, your eyes are so big? Question mark. You know, because typically they aren't, question mark. If you're Asian, I mean, that's like the edgy, like racist humor, but I don't know if that's why that's supposed to be a compliment, because it just seems weird to be like, hey, your eyes are so big. Like, why else would you call someone's eyes big unless it's abnormal for them to be big normally? Like, I don't understand the big eyes thing.
These are some mid-tier compliments, by the way.
Yeah, again, like I feel like even then, if like having big eyes, like assuming like all like the Asian community understood, like, hey, we have small eyes, so when one of us has big eyes, that is a source of beauty? Question mark. I think even then it would be like weird to say you have big eyes. Maybe, I don't know. Even though, again, I don't think that's even what's happening. So it's just, it feels like he didn't know what to say, so he's just like big eyes.
The size dimension of somebody's
Unless I'm just crazy.
eyeballs is like not really a compliment.
Yeah, it's definitely understandable. So I don't understand why that was what came to his mind, other than it was like one of those situations like you might see in like media and like a TV show or movie or something where someone's like, well, give me a compliment then. And they're struggling and they're like, well, you have big eyes, you know, something like that, right?
But anyway, everyone starts clapping and smiling because like
You know, something roundabout that isn't like a true compliment.
his eyeballs is like not really a compliment. But anyway, everyone starts clapping and smiling because like they had just gone on the date. So everyone's like, oh, this is a progression from their date. And then he does another punishment where it says you have to carry a ping pong ball between your cheek and another partner's cheek from one side of the room to the other side of the room.
Okay.
So he's like, okay, well, I'm going to do it with Bao Bao. And then Bao Bao later in her confessional, she's like, you know, during today's activities, every time he would have to choose a female guest, he would choose to interact with me. So she starts developing a little crush. And she even says, I've never had a situation where someone was so decisive and always chose me so
Choose me
firmly.
first.
And so firmly, not even like, let me look around.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
very like, Bao Bao, let's go. Bao Bao,
Yeah.
let's do this. Like, it's nice. It's a very, she's getting one over because of course anyone would. So they're extremely flirty during all of this. Even the ping pong thing, it's like the book talk thing. They keep dropping the ball. So then he just like grabs her on the back of the neck.
What do you mean grab her on the back of the
Like
neck?
he gently grabs the back of her neck
to hold her head still with the ball. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
and everyone is like, oh, everyone sees the hand on the back of the neck and they're like, oh my goodness. That's
He did look really silly though with his face that he was making when trying to do that though.
crazy. So everyone's like, okay, they're gonna be endgame. It's already blooming. And then another game
What was that look? Is that not true? Question
come
mark?
up with is everyone is just asked a question and then everyone does thumbs up or thumbs down. And on the count of 3, it was, do you have a crush on someone in the house right now? So
Is that like an old kid game? Like, I feel like thumbs up, thumbs down is something you would do as children. Maybe even in school for like a school activity. I don't know. I haven't heard of thumbs up, thumbs down in forever. As simple as it is of a concept. That is so weird. I'm like, wait, is that memory unlocked? Question mark? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
So everyone except for Zizi, who just got here 30 minutes ago, so it's understandable, everyone said yes. So both Tian and Bao Bao say yes, and based on their interactions, it would be very easy to assume that the interest between them is highly mutual. So that night, after the game ends, everyone goes back to their respective rooms, but at 9 p.m., all the boys receive a message on their phone saying, hi, the new female guest, Zizi, has invited you on a date at the outdoor kitchen. Please get ready and leave now.
All
so
of them?
Yeah, Barry had this with the girls. He had lunch with all the girls, and now it's Zizi's turn to have dinner with all the guys. And there's this huge 6-person table next to the pool, and Zizi walks in, and there's 6 empty chairs, right?
Yeah.
And people, the comments were going off. They're like, ooh, what chair she picks is going to be very
Yeah. Like, would you not pick like a middle chair? Question mark? I don't know. Like, what kind of chair would you pick? If you pick a side chair, you're only going to be next to one person, and you're going to have one person in front of you. But if you pick a middle chair, you get surrounded by men, and then one across from you, right? So there is some sort of psychological analysis you can make out of like where she sits. The corner chairs are all the same, but the middle chairs are speak a different story, right?
important.
What
So I didn't-
she decides where everyone sits?
where she sits. Now,
Oh.
I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently in Chinese award shows, a lot of
the seating.
netizens analyze live stream footage of celebrities picking their chair. So they actually hate people who pick the center of the
Oh
table.
yeah. You haven't seen like whenever even people go on to the stage,
No one wants to be in the center.
they're scared because some people get canceled
Yeah,
for
'cause
just like
it's-
standing in the middle.
so
Like
the-
who are you to stand in the middle? They
Everyone
always-
fights.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, no, you, no, you. And then
Yeah.
finally, whoever takes the center, it's almost like, I don't want to be here. And that's the only way people are happy with it.
Yeah,
So-
usually the senior or
yeah. Now, she immediately walks in, doesn't even hesitate,
Middle chair, surrounded.
and sits at the center of one side. I didn't think that was a big deal. I thought it was normal because she's trying to get to know 5 different guys.
She's the
Yeah, that's what I would have assumed. Like, I don't have the context for the whole we should not be allowed in the center thing, because I would just assume like she would want to be in the middle so she could be surrounded by 5 dudes.
main person.
Yeah,
so she has
but
to.
a lot of netizens were upset by this. I think netizens were upset by the fact that she didn't even hesitate.
Oh.
And then I think a lot of these comments are mainly because everybody hates her. So, like, this seems like we're kind of nitpicking. But anyway, she sits at the center of the table, and then all of a sudden, the guys come in and they sit around her.
So 1 on left, 1 on right, and 3 in front of her.
Yes.
Okay.
So they sit down, and the professor, he clearly is moving on from PR Lily. Like, he was getting walked like a dog, and now he's moving on. PR Lily has been very much into Barry. She's been respectful, but it's very clear she's into Barry, and he is also very much into ZZ. So she starts guessing everybody's MBTIs, and she's actually pretty good. But I think MBTIs are that most people in East Asia can guess people's MBTIs because it's like
What is she saying?
they know what everything stands for. It's very easy to tell if someone's introverted or extroverted.
Wow.
So it's like
I guess it's just those stats that people put on their pages sometimes on the social media. I still have like almost no understanding of what that stuff is. It's like, oh, I am this set of 4 letters, right? And it's supposed to mean something. I don't know anything about that. I don't really have too much interest in that, question mark. Like maybe you should, just because it's lets someone understand your personality a bit from just a single word, if you want to call it a word, but I don't know. Could you argue the opposite in saying it dilutes you down to just those 4 letters, and 1, they might not be that accurate, and 2, you're more than just 4 letters as a human being, question mark. I don't know. So I feel like maybe it could be diluting who you are too much. And if you are obsessed with those 4 letters, you might be putting yourself into a box even further, because you're like, oh, I'm these 4 letters, so I have to act this way. I can't act any other kind of way. I mean, that's just all like just weird discussions about it. So I don't know. I'm just saying maybe don't let those 4 letters be your entire identity, question mark. As someone who doesn't know anything about it.
a thing in Korea too. They'll like guess your MBTI, and it's usually like maybe 1 letter apart, and it's never the I or E. It's like I think the T or the J or something like that. Okay, so she's like guessing everyone's MBTIs. It's going well. Everyone seems like it's just like a very cordial time. Like nothing particularly is happening except for the fact that she's like, oh yeah, professor, you're INTJ, right? And then he's like, you remember? And she's like, yeah, because we're the same. So he's like really happy that she remembers this conversation that they had apparently an hour ago. I'm like, I would hope so that she remembers, but he's really happy about this. And then she goes on guessing everybody else's MBTIs, which by the way, people are so upset that she's an INTJ, and I don't think she's an INTJ. Because he's an INTJ, so now every time I meet an INTJ, I feel like I can kind of guess when they're an INTJ. She's not giving an INTJ. She's giving so extroverted. Holy shit. It's crazy. You could never. You couldn't even if you wanted to. You would literally physically shut down after an hour of that. Like, it would be bad. So she's like, oh yeah, I'm an INTJ. Anyway, this is important later. But they're all talking. The comments are like, look at the professor. The professor is drooling. And then you see a bunch of the comments, just like Bao Bao, very ominous. They say, Professor, you're going to regret this.
Oof. It's like, how, if these comments are in real time, how are they like knowing what is going to happen to him in the future, unless these comments aren't in real time and they're just comments like after the fact that are still pouring through, question mark? So I'm assuming they're all live, but like the comments like that make it seem like they already have foreshadowing of what's going to come.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then afterwards, she says, well, do you guys have any questions for me, like about my career or anything? And netizens really didn't like this because it just felt like, why can't they ask you questions about you as a person? It almost seems like you want to talk about your career.
Brag.
Yes, it feels like you're fishing for compliments. It was just weird.
True.
Just weird. Nobody responds, and Tian is sitting on her right side, and Tian looks at her and asks the question of, so what type of guy do you like? Now, in America, this is a very normal question to ask. It's like nothing. Like, what kind of person are you interested in? This is the first type of question that you ask. Apparently, Tiffany was telling me, in Chinese dating, it's actually quite flirty. Like, very flirty. Because it doesn't just mean, like, what kind of guy do you like? It means, I need to know if you can like me. Because I think I can like you. Like, it's a lot of undertone meanings.
You only ask that to someone that you like. So
Yeah,
it's
because-
almost like telling her, like, I like you, like, I want to know.
Yeah, because I think the underlying feeling is if you're not interested in anyone, you don't want to know who they're interested in, because
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you're putting yourself in a weird situation of like, what if they're interested in you, and then you just open the door, and then you made it seem like you're interested, and then it's like, ah. So she's saying it's kind of flirty. And others are commenting like, wow, this guy is so straightforward. So throughout this whole time, the professor is the only one looking at her, paying attention.
I mean, isn't it just like Tien in general? It's just he's always doing all this flirting and whatnot with all the women. Also, sorry about the mic if that made too much noise. I keep trying to like make sure it's positioned correctly.
To every single one of her answers. And she's like, let me think. Okay, I like someone who is detail-oriented, someone who knows how to handle other people's emotions, and someone who isn't so full of themselves. And when she says full of themselves, she immediately looks at the professor.
Is it, how is he full of himself? Because he's being called professor, question mark? Is everyone on the show calling him that? Because it does obviously incite like, oh, I'm a professor, I'm so smart, I guess. But was her looking at him on purpose, or was she just like looking around? What did he do to deserve that?
Okay.
To the point that it's uncomfortable, and everyone is like chuckling because it's like such a weird, uncomfortable moment. And then she's like, no, like I wasn't trying to look at you, I was looking at everyone. But everyone is just like, what's happening? Like this felt really mean and targeted out of nowhere. Like she just made eye contact with him and was like, wasn't so full of themselves. And it's just weird. It's weird. So the professor is like, what is your ideal state of life? Like what do you enjoy doing?
Ideal state of life.
In life? Like what do you like about your lifestyle, your job, or anything? People hate this answer. She says, I think my ideal state is that I want to have a space that makes me feel safe. So I really don't like very complicated and complex industries for work. I don't like open or internal competitions. Like I just like to be very chill, go with the flow, comfortable state of life.
I mean, that I don't know. That seems fine, right? That doesn't seem that bad. Maybe I'm crazy. I feel like there's an acceptable answer. It's like, oh, sure. I don't know what that job is, but sure, that's fine.
And people, netizens, hated this. Because especially in China, I mean, we've done other types of episodes, but the entertainment industry is so cutthroat. It's aggressive. It's kind of miserable.
Oh yeah, I forgot she's an actress, right? So
For a lot of people when they're trying to make a name for themselves. Even when they have made a name, people are so tough on them. Like it's a very depressive, anxiety-inducing industry a lot of the times. But her response is so disconnected from reality. So it almost gives the feeling that she is probably a Nepo baby and got in that way. So it's been easier for her. Or the second thing is like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And it almost seems like she's responding to this answer the way she thinks guys like without having.
I don't know. Is that an answer guys would like? I feel like it's a nothing answer. Like there's no thing to think about it whatsoever without the context of her being an actress. So sure, Nepo, but I could also see again, I haven't said it today, but devil's advocate is what we do here a lot. Since we're supposed to be hating this woman, but we haven't been given a reason yet. Is that she knows what industry she's in, so she knows it's horrible, in brutal, cutthroat, whatever. But he asked what is her ideal state of life. I mean, that's what she would want or whatever. That doesn't mean she has that ideal state. It's just that what is her ideal state. But she is living this life of, let's say, strife, being an actress, right? What you want and what you have are two different things, ? So I could see this being thought about too strongly, ? Because isn't that just how everyone feels about the job? It's like, yeah, I would love to have this job, but this is the job I do have. Is how I see that answer.
Having any truth in it. It's like, oh, I'm just like a really chill person. It's like, okay, but this, I don't know, like, what do you mean you don't like competition? The entertainment industry is highly competitive. Like, it's weird. Some people didn't like it. I don't know. I was very neutral about it. I didn't really care at this point, but she gets crazy. She does.
Again, I feel like people would want to, like, I want my job to be me sit at home and do nothing and get given $1 million an hour. But instead this isn't me speaking personally, but I'm just trying to make a straw man here. I don't know what's like the worst thing you could do. Like work in the sewers. Like someone who's working in the sewers could get the same answer, and you'd be like, yeah, they probably feel that would be their ideal state of life. ? Is what he said. Even though they work in the sewers, because they have no choice but to work in the sewers. ? Though it's not to say that this woman's only choice is to be in the entertainment industry. It's just that, I mean, that's just what I'm saying. That it could be devil's advocate and all that.
Get crazy. So then that night, the only people that are connected together with the text messages are Finance Bro and Chen71. They both text each other. Jiko and Influencer Jay, they both text each other. And then Tian and Bao Bao, they both text each other. Whereas the remaining is this. The professor texts Zizi, the new girl.
Of course.
Zizi texts Barry the American. Broadcaster Mimi texts Barry the American. Barry the American texts PR Lily. PR Lily still texts the professor, I think more so out of politeness.
Okay.
So those are the only three that mutually texted each other. And now there are more girls than there are guys. And the next day, Zizi's, this is her first official day. So she gets a privilege.
Is there more girls than guys? I guess it was back up to 5'5" with Barry, but now it's 5'6".
From the program, which is she gets to invite someone that she is interested in to join her for pool breakfast, like breakfast at the pool. Zizi, she decides that she's going to text American Barry to join her at the pool. He shows up, and let me tell you something, Barry, the minute that he saw all the girls, Zizi included, he has been eyes for PR Lily and nobody else, and it's so obvious to every single person there. Like, he is obsessed with PR Lily. He gets to the pool, and it's very clear that it's a platonic date. He's dressed like he is going to train in like a Navy SEAL Team 6 or something, like full black bodysuit, wetsuit. He sits down, they're half submerged in the water. They don't even get in the water. Like, you know how even in Singles Inferno they get in the water and it's like, no, you come here, no, you come here, right? They don't do that. They don't do that. So they're just sitting there eating, and he's chowing. That's how I know you don't like someone on the first date, when you're
Was the phone booth thing in Singles Inferno? Is that where the phone booth was together? The other show that had the phone booth?
chowing down. He's chowing. And then she's just asking questions, and he's just answering it like he's eaten with a coworker during break time.
I had that
And
back
he
there.
starts asking about Professor. Oh, and then she's like, you know, I chose you because my first impression of you was so good, because last night when I first came out, I was so nervous, and you made me something to drink. Which, by the way, he only did that because PR Lily was making her a drink. And so she's like, I just don't know if you were trying to be nice, but it was really sweet, or like maybe you're just someone who takes care of everyone. And he goes, oh yeah, I just wanted to share a drink with everyone. So, and then he goes, oh okay, well that's such a pure thought. And she's trying to move on. Barry's like, I don't give a fuck. Every time she tries to bring up something, he's like, you know who is really cool? The coolest guy here, the professor. Now Barry, you little shit, I know why you're doing this too, because he knows that PR Lily and the professor were connected before he came. So it's like two birds, one stone. But he also knows the professor is interested in Zizi. So he's like, we might as well go on a double date. So he keeps pushing the professor. And he's like, you know, he's very grounded. I talked to him personally, and he studies the arts. He has a PhD in the arts. And the minute that he says this, Zizi's expression is just like, like she seems exhausted.
Yeah, she just really does not like him for whatever reason. I mean, he also has an art degree, right? And I don't know how it is over there, but getting an art degree, just like getting a literature degree, is considered dumb over here, is it not? It's like, oh, you have a literature. Why can't I say that? Literature, there you go, literature degree. That means you might as well not even have a degree at that point. I assume the same thing with arts degree. You have an art degree? Well, you might as well not even have a degree to begin with. I feel like is the feeling that some people might have about that. And, you know, a literature / art degree is a joke, right? It's a laughing stock. So I don't know if that's why she feels that way. Because it's like, oh, he has a PhD. Oh, you have a PhD in what? And you say, oh, in art. And like, it's like, okay, bye, right? I don't know if it's that kind of situation or what.
Like a switch?
Yeah. And she's,
What's the undertone reason?
I think it's so, okay, this is where netizens think it's annoying, because she could have easily just said, oh yeah, no, he's so kind. He's just not really my type. Like, I think he's so cool.
Yeah.
It's just not, we're not really, like, there's no synergy there, which would be so respectful and so kind, right? And then she goes, he says he's INTJ, but I feel like he's way more extroverted. And nobody is more extroverted than this bitch who says she's INTJ, right?
Yeah.
So then he's like, well, maybe because it's in a group setting, I do think that he's the type to try and make everyone feel comfortable, which I do see throughout the show. He seems like he tries to fill awkward silences and ask people questions so that they don't feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so it seems like the sign comes from she actually just doesn't like the professor.
But like, you can be nice. You can be a nice person and not like someone. You don't have to like anyone, right?
Of course.
But it's just, she's so rude about it. And I think maybe some people that grew up in the States might not see the perspective of Chinese netizens, but this is like really rude.
Yeah.
It's considered really rude. And
Sure.
it has nothing to do with, I know in America it's more like gendered, where it's like, oh, why can't a woman just straight up say, hey, I don't like you, right? And normally I'm all about that too. But the professor has been nothing but kind. He's not being creepy. She could just be nice and just say, oh yeah, I mean, he doesn't fit my, especially when they're on national TV. It's not even like they're doing this in private. That's fine too. But on national TV is a lot. So she's just like, yeah, but I just don't think that he's introverted. And he's like, well, you too, you're INTJ, but you seem, you know, a little more bubbly. And then she says, yeah, but it's because I like to pretend to be extroverted. And it's like, okay, well, why don't you think
You like to pretend to be extroverted?
professor is doing the same goddamn thing on the show? And so he's like, yeah. I mean, I think when you talk to him alone, you'll see that he's very different alone than in a group setting. It's completely different. Like, we're both in the same dorms, and I feel like I could sit down and he's just a different person, but he can keep the conversation going. And then she goes, but the longer hair.
Okay, now it's the hair. Okay.
Oof. I've been eliminated already. Because my hair is like, what, 1,000 times longer than his? Like 3 times longer than his? Oof. Not that I am interested, right? I'm not interested in any of these women, but oof. I am the sound effect in the background. I just got deleted.
Person, but he can keep the conversation going. And then she goes, but the longer hair.
Okay, now it's the hair. Okay.
Yeah, and then she's like, I don't know how to put it. It's just maybe because I went to like the Beijing Film Academy, but like his hair just reminds me a lot of classmates from school. And it's like basically PTSD. I feel like I'm back in college. And I'm just like, oh my God, no. I don't even want to look at him because it makes me feel like I'm in college. And like the whole artist identity, I can't. Like that combination does not work for me.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And again, you are also someone in the arts. Why are you looking down on him?
Yeah.
It's just really... It's just nasty. It's just mean.
Is this like her first sign of showing
Yes.
what kind of person she is?
Yeah. And if you compare this to how everybody else acts on the show, this is crazy. And then he's like, oh, is it because of his appearance? Like maybe you hung out with a lot of people with longer hair in school. Yeah, honestly, too many. So it's very clear she's not interested in the professor. But again, she could have
Sure. Again, she didn't have to be so mean.
chosen nicer words. So then Barry goes after the date to tell the professor that he did bring up the professor and this is what she said. And he was just saying it on like oh, just in case you wanted to know what's going on. Like
Did he say verbatim what she had said, or did he try to soften the insults? I don't know if it's straight insults, but did he try to at least soften it, or was it just verbatim?
It just seemed like mainly the hair, you remind her of some classmates in college. The professor was a little upset that Barry did this because he didn't want Zizi to feel pressured. He didn't want Zizi to think that the professor's like, go ask her about me, and then that burden be on her. So it's clear that a lot of people other than Zizi have a little bit more EQ. Barry, this was like I think he meant well, but just some people were a little annoyed by it, but not a big deal. Barry's nice other than that. So the next day, they're going on dates again, and the guys get to choose from a number box, and the number that they choose is whoever gets to pick their date first. And once they pick a girl for the date, nobody else can pick that girl. But instead of just picking the girls have decided that they're going to choose flowers to represent their personalities, and the guy.
Okay, so we have pine cones. I mean, pine cones are really nice, right? They smell nice. I can't tell what the top right is, or the middle, or whatever the heck on the left is, or the below the left as well. But I don't know what. I guess I don't know what any of this is, right? We got pine cones. I would have chosen this because I don't know what these four are. There's just like sawdust. I don't know what this is. This is just, I mean, these images are tiny, so that's why probably I can't tell what they are. If they were blown up, I would probably be able to tell. This is just green. Maybe this is mint? Question mark? Is this mint? If so, then that's fine, but I think I would just take the pine cones. Is that going to end up being Zizi? Unfortunately, I hope it's not Zizi. But yeah, I think it's pine cones only because with these small images, I don't know what these other three are, other than maybe this is mint or something like that.
Guys will pick the flowers and hope that it's the girl that they want to go on a date with.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and then people wrote like little notes next to the flower of why they chose the flower.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to try and figure out which flower is the girl that you like.
Also, flowers? Question mark? I saw some sawdust. Maybe even two things of sawdust. A bowl of green, I don't know, disclosable green. I don't know how to even say that. But I know there's a funny way to say that. I don't know, there's just like undistinguishably green, and then maybe some mint or some leaves you just pulled off a tree in the other one.
Like, what flower would I choose? It could be an herb too.
Oh, they pick herb too?
Yeah, or a flower.
Yeah.
Everything is an herb, and the pine cone, is that technically a seed? Question mark? So they picked, again, 4 herbs and a seed? Question mark. Unless that sawdust is like a bunch of peanuts, well then that's more seeds? Question mark. Of course, I would have to pick sunflowers, right? Just because that's the gimmick for me is sunflowers.
Dried herb. Don't say cilantro. No, because I would. Yeah.
Green onion?
Like green onion, is there something I need to know about that?
No, because I would. Yeah.
Green onion? Onion? Onion princess? Somebody? Like if you put an onion right there, I would know that's you. Yeah, yellow onion, green onion. Just put an onion there, but that's definitely right there.
She love onions? Question mark. Yeah, I think I would be sunflower. You know, not for any sort of particular reason why I would be sunflower. Question mark. You know, just sunflower is my flower. You know, if I have a favorite flower, it has to be sunflower, right? Question mark. Ignore the sunflower on your screen. You don't see a sunflower. I'm still a rabbit right now. I'm still Belock. I am not a sunflower. You do not see a sunflower on your screen. Honestly, you should just stay like that the whole time.
The flowers that the girls have picked. So Barry picked PR Lily, Professor picked Zizi, Finance Bro, Chen 71, GQ, the influencer, Tian, and Bao Bao. And Tian is the last one to make the decision. So by this time, it was really between Bao Bao and broadcaster Mimi. They were the only ones with flowers left, and he could tell. And then he says in the confessional later, like, when I had to choose, there was only 2 girls left. But he keeps emphasizing that. It's not like, oh, when I went, I was excited because I thought that was Bao Bao.
He has no choice?
Yeah, but he just keeps emphasizing, I just want everyone to know that there were only 2 girls left when I had to choose, and so I chose Bao Bao. So broadcaster Mimi, she doesn't get to go on a date. She has to stay in the villa, and she's really sad about it. Everybody else goes on their little dates. And
Wait, are we going to get her back around to... it's Tian, right? Tian using the crab as some sort of Gotcha.
The professor is so excited to see Zizi. He even brings
Or is it going to be like another episode?
in the villa and she's really sad about it. Everybody else goes on their little dates and the professor is so excited to see Zizi. He even brings her a sun protection jacket, which is a really big deal in China because everybody likes sun protection, UV hats, UV umbrellas, UV everything.
Did you know Chinese map tells you which side of the road you should walk on? Because the sun, one side will cover by the building shades. So when you do the Google map to walk to somewhere, they will tell you walk this route with the least amount of sun.
I didn't know that.
How
So
clever,
good,
right?
yeah.
That's so clever.
So clever. I need one with smells in the city. Oh, especially when they got their little like potholes that are steaming.
Oof.
Like, what's cooking down there? Because why? Why am I walking past a whole steam shower of just smog? Like, I need one of those, okay? But anyway, Zizi, she gets into the car and he tells her, I brought you a sun protection jacket. She doesn't even look up from her phone. She's like, okay. And he's like, I'll put it in the
Dang.
back.
Yeah. She's like, hey,
She doesn't make eye contact. No, thank you, nothing, okay? She just,
She's annoyed, huh?
yeah, she responds to him as if he is her butler.
I think she has to be a nepo baby. Like,
no, I think so.
right?
Yeah.
How could you even get into the industry and get so far without even playing the game right?
Yeah.
Because she obviously just,
I was like, wouldn't everyone know that she is though?
So,
right?
Yeah.
How could you even get into the industry and get so far without even playing the game right?
Yeah.
Because she obviously just does whatever she wants.
yeah, and everyone can tell she's a nepo baby because she just acts like a spoiled little brat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's sitting there next to him and they're going to go canoeing later. But first they're getting some iced coffee. So she's sitting there and he's just trying to make conversation. He's like, oh, do you have anything more memorable that happened yesterday? Like, let's talk about your day. How was your first day or whatever? Something memorable from yesterday? I guess it was when I walked into the room yesterday. I felt like everybody was so confused and I was also really confused myself. Yeah.
I mean, everybody, well, all the boys at least were staring at her. Again, starstruck.
It was when we were all having we were all chit-chatting in the living room. Because I actually have massive social anxiety. I was actually really scared. Yeah, then you were alone with the five of us and when you, I just felt so awkward about that.
What?
She just keeps cutting this guy off in a way that's really aggressive and always back to her. He keeps trying to ask her more outward questions. He's like, what's your, the most memorable part was when I walked in and everybody was shocked. Oh yeah, I felt so awkward. It's just like not a good conversationalist. It's not necessarily nefarious, but just you suck at talking. She was like, and he reassures her, well, I didn't think you were awkward at all.
Unless she's doing it on purpose because she really doesn't like him.
Oh, when we were all having dinner with the five guys and you. I wasn't awkward. Maybe I was awkward on the inside.
Okay.
In fact, there was something that you said yesterday that really left a strong impression on me. What did I say? I don't remember. It was so late yesterday. The things you mentioned about your school, what you like about it, what you've seen in your major and all your thoughts and opinions on that. And, I think that it's really cool because I'm usually, I'm rarely direct. I'm usually more, sometimes I'm too direct. And that's my issue. But even though it's my problem, I'm never going to change the fact that I'm direct.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I did notice that you were really decisive when it comes down to things. And there's a little flashback that's played in the car. She hangs up the phone. She was on the phone with someone. Nobody knows who. And she goes, oh my God, I just hung up. I hung up and they were still talking. I thought they were done. Huh?
I mean, she's doing that right now with when she's talking to him. But why is she? Are they allowed to talk to other people? Question mark. They're allowed access to the outside world when they're on this show? Question mark.
Again,
Damn.
okay.
Okay.
And he goes, yeah, I feel like you're very decisive. Usually when I'm hanging up the phone, I like to wait to make sure we're hanging up. Because that's the normal thing. That's why the Koreans do the and then you hang up. If you
No context for that.
don't do at least that, someone's mad at you, right? But immediately she shoots him with a, yeah, you're just like my grandpa.
God
Yeah,
damn.
he's
Oof.
like, oh, that's so hurtful. And he's like being playful. He's like, oh, that's so hurtful. You talk like, hey, and you drag it on. And and I just want my grandpa to talk faster. I'm like, talk faster.
Oof. Is this like the retention span decrease happening in real time? Question mark. She's 24, right? So she's a Zoomer. Question mark. And is it just like, when I say retention, remember retention is what it is? It's attention span. The lower attention span, doom scrolling, everything needs to be in bite-sized shorts. And it's only getting worse and worse. And literacy rate for people is dropping. People are out here unable to read, unable to write. They don't know anything about anything. They just stare at their phones all day. We got babies staring at tablets because the parents don't want to take care of them. It's like humanity's fallen off a cliff. We're going to hit freaking idiocracy levels of stupidity in a few, like 10 years, 20 years, maybe, I don't know, next few decades at some point. I don't think we're going to hit Wall-E levels yet, but eventually, that's the further escalation past idiocracy is getting to Wall-E levels of nonsense. It's bad. It's bad, people.
And he literally says in the car, I'm sorry, I'll speak faster then.
Oof. Yeah, she has to have people talk to her at 2 times speed. Question mark. Well, I mean, I can't talk to her then because I talk pretty slowly, right? I would talk even slower than this if I was allowed to, because my preferred range is more let me see. like I don't know, like around here is probably how loud I would like to be talking. Maybe even lower than that, like somewhere around here. Yeah, I prefer to be like around here. And then I guess just not saying words that quickly. Sorry if this is like ASMR and you don't want to hear ASMR, you find ASMR gross, but I mean, this is more so how I would want to be talking to someone. I don't want to be putting much effort into the words that I'm saying. I mean, that's pretty fast, but again, I could be way more slower than that and always pausing in between every few words. I think you might have already caught on that I do pause pretty constantly like this. Question mark. So yeah, I mean, that's more so where I would want to be talking if I didn't think people would like try to kill me, question mark, for being, I don't know. I'm joking about that, but I mean, nobody would watch if I talked like that the entire time, every episode.
Braden, he came here for a date, but got a whole lecture instead. So, yeah, yes, man. Okay,
Yes.
what else do you want me to change?
And he's so nervous that even later after the car ride, they're sitting there yapping, and he goes, "Am I still speaking too slowly? It's fine. It's normal speed."
Yeah, again, she needs everything pumped up to 2x/4 times. I mean, this video is pumped to 1.5, so I have no excuse, but that's just for YouTube. Like, I don't watch videos sped up like that. I watch everything normal speed, usually, question mark. I don't know what I would speed things up for, other than for the reactions after dark, you know, just for the sake of the video itself. Like, this is the only time I ever do that. But I know there's some people out there that just can't watch anything if it's not 2x speed, which I was thinking, is that going to be a good thing or bad thing once all of the population starts watching things at 2x speed and they literally cannot watch videos, movies, TV, whatever, at its normal intended pace. They have to watch it 2x speed, if not 4x speed. And then is that going to give our brains a benefit or mess them up? Because I would assume eventually then, if that's the case, movies, TV, whatever, would have to go out of their way to make everything times 2 times 4. Like, the intended speed of the video is 2x, 4x. Since nobody's going to watch this stuff at regular speed anyways, I guess you could get like a whole lot more out of a movie than like an hour and a half is getting more stuff cramped packed because it's 2x, 4x naturally. Question mark. But is that going to be regressive to the human race or not? Because it's like, okay, well, we must be able to process information faster. And then is that going to be able to keep over generations, increase our ability to process information? Or is it going to have some other kind of like negative effect on our brain? I don't know. I don't know if this is going to end up being a good thing or a bad thing or a mix of both.
And he's like, "I feel like I have to talk like this now for it to be considered a normal speed." I guess speaking slowly is also good sometimes. It shows that you're emotionally stable. That's not what you said earlier. You said I was like your
Emotionally stable?
grandpa. What's wrong with my grandpa? I like my grandpa. He's amazing.
She's fighting.
Like, okay,
She's
everyone in the
already
comments-
fighting.
Everyone
She has to have like some sort of like conflict.
in the comments is saying everyone has dealt with someone like her. This, even before you know the crazy shit that she actually does, this people don't like because no one likes a contrarian. No one likes to hang out with someone that's
Sure.
like, "Oh, I can totally feel, you feel frustrated." No, but it's not like I feel frustrated. Like, I just feel like,
Yeah, they have a comeback for everything you said.
yeah, like everything is no, but not only that, or no, it's not that, it's exactly that. They're like, "You dumb bitch, I'm gonna punch someone in the face." I hate that so much. Or it's like they like pink one day, and then the next day you're like, "Oh, your favorite color is pink," and it's like, "I actually don't have favorite colors because I think it's juvenile to have a favorite color." And then you're like, "Oh my god, you're so exhausting." That's her. She just called, and then she's like, "Why would you say that? My grandpa is amazing." And he's like, "No, it's just being compared to a grandpa at my age is probably not a good thing." And at this point, netizens, they're over it. They're over it. She's not even making eye contact with him for most of this conversation. She's looking at her phone,
Damn.
and then
Oof. Again, they're allowed to have their phones.
she tells him, like, "I just have an extreme personality. For me, I would never say, like, it's fine, it's okay, it's never okay, it's never fine. It's either I like it or I don't like it, and that's it. There's no middle ground for me." And everyone's like, these are the words that come out of, like, a really spoiled, privileged little brat.
I don't like anything, so I mean, I already expressed that. I hate everything.
Like, what do you mean? So much in life is the gray area.
Or hate is a bit much. I mean, I hate some stuff, but I am just that gray where I don't feel strongly about anything, unfortunately.
What are you talking about? People also say that they hate people who love advertising themselves as blunt and straightforward and direct. And it's like, no, you're just kind of a cunt. Like, you're just kind of ruining everyone's day and you're a bitch. That's not something to think about as a positive thing. So then afterwards, they get on a canoe. And
Canoeing? I was like, as soon as I thought they were canoeing, question mark.
And obviously, Professor is in the back, and she just is talking to herself. She's like, God, do I have some sort of weird connection with water today? Like, I feel like everything is around water today. And no one even knows what she's talking about. But she says, but I like playing with water, so I guess that's fine. Professor responds, me too, even though she says, do you realize that the wind is blowing in this direction? She doesn't care about anything he's saying about himself. Do you realize that the wind is blowing in this direction? We're not moving anymore. We have to use our strength now. He's like, okay, let me try. You don't have to try rowing. I'll try canoeing. Just point in the direction. Like, where do you
I'm assuming that that's how this was going to turn out anyways. Like, he was going to be the one rowing and she wasn't going to do anything.
want to go? And in less than 5 seconds, Zizi is already irritated because they're slightly tilted in the wrong direction. And she's like, that's not right. You're going in the wrong direction. Row to this side. And then she complains again, like, you rode to the hottest part. Like, this is now we have to hide from the sun.
Damn, she's just like
Annoying.
Like, just
Mind you, canoe tilted like 10 degrees.
yeah.
He's not even going anywhere, honestly. And it's not like either of them know how to fucking canoe. Okay, apparently it's like the last family vacation we took, we canoed. I didn't canoe. I already
I feel like, is this not just him being like, oh, him being able to be like, okay, I don't want anything to do with this woman, and now he can just like stop trying to go after her?
knew that was not a good idea for me. Okay, I would have been turned upside down. But everyone was saying, do you know how hard canoeing is? So he's like putting in all the work.
Is he still into her at this point? Or you feel like the feeling is
No,
changing?
he's gonna keep being into her.
I just said, like, there's no way he like, this is a reality check for him to just like screw off and like leave her alone because she's not a good person. And he's still going to chase, like, what is he chasing? Like, what are you chasing after? Are you actually like a bad guy and all you care about is that she's pretty? Question mark? Because like, what are you trying to get? It's clearly in her personality, right? Question mark.
Wanna rip your hair off.
Man.
And he's like, it's okay, trust me, just don't move. And she hits back, I don't trust you. And it's just so
Oof.
cute. It's not even like a cute, like, no, I don't trust you. It's like I don't trust you. Well, I don't trust you. Okay.
This is, wow.
Also, he's not asking you to trust him with like your children. It's like, trust him to row a canoe once. It's fine. You don't have to say that. And she keeps being like, I want to go in the middle. It's a lot cooler in the middle. Like, I want to go in the middle. And he's still trying to make the best of the situation. And he's like, oh yeah, when I go fishing with my friends, I always want them to ride the boat. And then she's like, hey, use your phone and record something for me. Cuts him off again.
Damn.
So they have this whole task where they have to record audio sounds of things that are memorable for their date for later. And she's like, record the water, record the water. So he brings out his phone, stops canoeing, and she's like just splashing her hand in the water. And I'm like,
Is his phone going to drop in the water?
you went to the Beijing Film Academy? Have a more original idea, you bozo. Sorry, I'm so annoyed. So then she started like splashing her hands in the water, right? And then he's like done. And she immediately is like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so stressed. And then this is the first date they're on. I don't even do this with you and we've been together so long. He doesn't respond because I'm sure the video is saving and he's trying to find the video. Like, this is also not his phone. These are phones that they're given during the show so they can text each other. So he's like trying to find out where the photo album is probably. And she starts tapping on the boat. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Bro.
Wow.
You wouldn't even do that with your partner unless this is the energy if we're on a date and we're already trying to fight or something. Like, that's crazy. Who does that? It's so rude.
Yeah.
It's so rude. Everyone's just saying the entire interaction is suffocating. Later, she wants to record this audio of her hitting her paddle, her canoe paddle against the rocks near the shore. And the whole time that she's hitting, she's like, hit, did you get it? Hit, did you get it? Hit, did you get it? And I'm like, bro, all you can hear is, did you fucking get it? And then eventually,
That should be the sound bit. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?
and then he stops responding. And then she's like, you probably got it.
Yes.
It's just so infuriating. People are just like, everyone has dealt with someone like Zizi and no one likes hanging out with Zizi. But it is only going to get worse from here.
Because the video's almost over. She never got back around to the crab thing, so I'm guessing we have to wait till next episode to understand what the heck the crab thing was about.
Because there is about to be a 3-person date that occurs.
Including
It's-
Zizi?
Yeah. It's about
And
to
who
be a show. It's going to be Zizi, Professor, and Tien.
Oof. Oof.
Oh, so Professor likes Zizi?
Yeah, the
Zizi hates
professor.
oh, this same couple.
Yes.
But along with Tian.
Yeah. And the way someone's going to get cucked.
Isn't it just Professor? Like, why would you? We already know that. Why would you even say that? Because we already know the answer.
It's fucking crazy.
Someone's
Unless Zizi is the one who gets put into the chair.
Cucked.
Let me guess. Zizi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be the funny thing, right? It's Zizi.
Heated secrets.
Oh, computer?
So with that being said, stay tuned for part 2. This is just getting you familiarized with the people. This is nothing. Absolutely nothing happened in this episode. Just
Nope. Yep. I mean, well, I'm assuming all the juiciness question mark is going to be next time. Like she said, this is just establishing the show.
wait. This is nothing compared to what's about to go down because every single person is going to need therapy after this reality show. So with that being said, I'll see you in part 2.
Moral of the story: live comments on Chinese dramas never lie. And this says something about a person. So let's go ahead and translate that. All right, Google Translate says this is the wisdom of the ancients. Again, take that with a grain of salt, but that is what this translates to, the wisdom of the ancients. Live comments on Chinese dramas never lie. Yep, that is going to be it. Was there anything too crazy that happened? Again, I think this was just a starter episode to get us acquainted with everyone, like she was saying, and then now starts the real drama in the next episode, which I don't know that's going to happen. This was posted a day ago. Question mark. So I don't know if it's going to come out the same day because I'm recording this it's 2 a.m. You can see this as 2 a.m. down there below me. Recording this at 2 a.m. on Monday. So obviously this is going to be going up at nighttime, so well over 12 hours from now, but this will be going up today. So I don't know if she'll end up actually doing part 2 to this yet, because she hasn't posted it yet, but maybe by the time this video goes up, part 2 will be out. So oof on that. Oh, yep, that is it. Again, with the tea from the beginning of the episode, I am really disappointed that Nimble Neuron, by the way, don't say that word. Nimble Neuron screwed up and fired the VA for that new character over a boring joke they made 5 years ago. It's literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Right? Of all things you can get rid of someone over, it was like a bore joke. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So again, I'm still out here having a fight for my life out here, trying to keep this game alive, while the company themselves literally tries to put it under with stupid decisions like this. And so, I don't know, whatever. Come see me play the game sometime, question mark, because again, you know that the company themselves ain't trying to keep the game alive with their dumb decisions. I got to do it myself. But yep, so guys, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers, by becoming a member, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so we can watch them and subscribers, and don't forget we have a throne now as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. Thought I'd end up putting the stuff on the screen. I should have this stuff on the screen when I'm talking about it. Yeah, because we have the... I added a Nintendo Switch 2 onto my throne now, so that's what that QR code is right there, to go and support me in getting that Nintendo Switch 2, question mark, and contribute to that. PC's still up there, but of course this is just also up there. I have a lot of stuff up there, right? Because the Nintendo Switch 2 will be getting a price increase in September 1st, so we only have, what is it? It's May, June, July, August, September. So 4 months we have until this price hike gets initiated. So we need to try to get one before that happens for the channel. Okay, cuties, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, hype, and comment. Another do. See ya.